May we begin? Answer lady. I believe the word impossible is time-bound.
I see opportunity when others see hardship.
I am a risk-taker.
I am focused.
I struggle.
I embrace my day like there is no tomorrow.
I take flying leaps to the path that few have did.
I contribute to the value addition process.
I create.
I learn.
I grow.
I do.
I believe in the beauty of never-ending concerns, and it's never too late to start a dream.
I am Indiapreneur.
A very warm good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Somen Chakravarti,
And I, Shubhangi Modi, welcome you to one of the flagship events of Indira School of Business Studies PGDM, the International B-Plan Competition Indiapreneur.
and today we are here for the 12th edition of this magnanimous platform, a platform that has nurtured and encouraged some beautiful ideas that got culminated in reality.
Well, Somen, I'm very excited for the finale. And you?
Of course, Shubhangi, I'm equally thrilled to host the event today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Sameer Agashe, co-founder at People Blogs and Litmus Blogs.
Mr. Shashank Pradhan, founder of Funjini.
Mr. Shreyas Hegde, co-founder Viral Vision. We also have some of our semi-finale judges with us. And of course, we have with us Dr. Tarita Shankar, chairperson, Indira Group of Institutes.
Professor Chetan Vakalkar, Group Director, IGI.
Ms. Madhuri Sathe, Executive Director, Corporate Relations, IGI.
Dr. Kumen Braheja, Head ISBS PGDM, Honorable Trustees, Directors and Deputies of IGI, Faculty and Staff Members, Student and all participants. Once again, we extend a warm welcome to each one of you to Indiapreneur 12.0. Business plan competition where passion meets potential. Powered by Viral Vision,
Ecosystem partner via Yuva CII,
and incubation partner AIC RNTU. Shubhangi, do you know? According to Anurag Singh Thakur, Minister of Youth Affairs, India is now the hub of startup ecosystem in the world, ranking with 90,000 startups and 107 unicorn companies worth $30 billion.
Well, yeah, Somen, as per India Times, India ranks second in innovation quality with top positions in the quality of scientific publications and the quality of its universities among middle-income economies. So, let us pay tribute to our rich, diverse, colorful and growing nation. I request everyone to rise and join us for the national anthem.
Indira Group of Institute was established in year 1994 and ISBS with its PGDM program started its journey in 2006.
Indira today is a name to be reckoned with. By laying foundation of one institute after another, By churning out so many entrepreneurs, IGI is relentlessly working to contribute to the aim of creating an Atmanirbhar Bharat for 3 decades.
We have created an incredible mark in the educational landscape of our nation. We now present you a short AV about this beautiful legacy. What a remarkable journey.
And now is the time for one of the wow moments in today's event, unveiling the Grand Indiapreneur Trophy. So may I please request Kumain sir to lead our dignitaries onto the stage for unveiling the trophy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. As we look forward to kickstart finale of Indiapreneur 12.0, I request Kumain sir to formally welcome the guests and the participants.
A very good startup noon to all of you. Once again, a very good startup noon to all of you. At last, the moment has arrived that we all have been waiting for. All the participating teams have been waiting for, the Indiapreneur 12.0. I'm all excited to listen to the pitches of 5 teams who have made it to the finals. Are you? Yes. I can't hear it loud. I think the enthusiasm has to vibrate in this auditorium. Are you? Yes, sir. That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, at this joyous moment, it is my pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to the mentors of Indira Group, respected Dr. Tarita Shankar, Chairperson IGI, beloved Professor Chetan Wakalkar, Group Director, IGI. Chief guest of the event, Mr. Sameer Agashe, co-founder at People Blogs and Litmus Blogs. Finale judges, Mr. Shashank Pradhan, founder and CEO, fundgenie.com. Mr. Shreyas Hegde, co-founder, Viral Fission. Madhuri ma'am, executive director, placements, IGI, trustees, fellow directors, deputies, faculty members, and my dearest students. It is said that an enabling ecosystem is a foundation for any initiative to grow and flourish. At Indira, this philosophy is in our DNA, and I'm sure you will agree with that. And we endeavor to do exactly the same for our students, that is, to build a strong ecosystem. Right from the moment the students enter Indira, we expose them to various initiatives that go a long way to nudge the interested students to explore their interest in entrepreneurship and take their passion to the next level. I'm delighted to tell you that a hands-on activity called Business Bajigar is conducted during the student induction program. This is built further with the help of entrepreneurship cell, Arohan, that has the responsibility to build entrepreneurship, knowledge and skill among the students. And some of these initiatives are, and I'm very proud about these initiatives, and I'm going to be sharing these initiatives with you. One of the initiatives is the curriculum embedded 6 months long online entrepreneurship program that we do in conjunction with La Sierra University, California, LA. The other initiative that I'm very proud of is a 3 month long online transnational project where the students work with students from various nationalities on life problems, business life problems that are both challenging as well as innovative. Besides this, we also provide mentorship to our students, those who are desirous to take their ideas to the next level. In conjunction with various associations like NEN, YI, Contino, and now we have Viral Fission, who's agreed to participate and collaborate with us in terms of seeing that the students, those are ideas, and help them to take them to the next level. Indiapreneur is one such platform where all of this culminates, and this is the reason why we are all seated here today. The journey continues, and we are committed to add value as we go along to lend support to all the job creators sitting out there. Am I right? You're all the job creators. Maybe not today, maybe 5 years down the line, maybe 10 years down the line, you will have your entrepreneurial bug coming and biting you so that you leave from being a job seeker and become a job creator, become an opportunity creator. I'm extremely proud to be part of this platform called Indiapreneur. The seeds of this particular event was sown almost 10, 12 years ago. One fine evening when we were sitting with Chetan sir, under his able guidance, we started off the first Indiapreneur in 2010 with 91 teams registering across the nation. So today, where we are at Indiapreneur 12.0, that is the 12th edition, and we've seen enormous growth in the number of teams registering. And this year we have astoundingly high number, almost 200 teams across the nation registering for this particular event. So here we are on that particular day where some teams did fight in the morning for the spot in the finales, right? And I'm sure each one of you is eager as me, to sit down there and witness the clash of entrepreneurial brains who would battle out today to win the top slot. So, without much further ado, I hand over the stage back to my dear student, Shivangi and Sumain. Once again, I extend a very hearty welcome to all the judges, all the dignitaries, Taika ma'am, Chetan sir, Madhuri ma'am, and all my dear students. Let us sit tight, let us hold our breath, and let's witness the battle unfold itself. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the right tone to the event.
We are privileged to have a charismatic mentor and guide like Professor Chetan Vakalkar, Group Director, IGI. Sir is completely invested and enthused by his vision, and that inspires us. Indiapreneur particularly is one event that is very close to Sir's heart. With the team of ISPS PGDM, Sir envisioned this beautiful platform in 2010, and since then there has been no looking back. Now, I please request Sir to formally address the audience.
Like Kumain sir said, startup afternoon to all. I'm going to continue with that. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, Chairperson Darita ma'am, our chief guest Sameer sir, judges Pradhan sir, Shreyas, Madhuri ma'am, Kumain sir, trustees, directors, faculty members, and of course all you budding entrepreneurs, professionals of tomorrow. It's great to be here today at the 12th edition of the Indiapreneur. And of course, though we all started this nearly 13 years back, I think, because we missed 1 year in the middle thanks to COVID. I also remember how this idea came about, and I think this is something very critical for entrepreneurs to be a success. It's about looking at the environment around us and looking for an opportunity which you think you believe in, an opportunity which the environment at that time allows you to build upon. And for us, this came to me honestly through a friend of mine who I think was a visionary himself. And why I say he was, unfortunately, due to a health issue, he's no more with us. But Rahul Patwardhan, nearly 13 years back, he said, you and Darita ma'am are doing a great thing with the education sector. How do you differentiate yourself in this space? India is going to emerge, and this was like 13 years back, he said India is going to emerge as a very big digital IT hub. Entrepreneurship and startups are going to drive the growth of the nation. And he said, why don't you all do something in this space? And then we got that idea back to ma'am and the team, and everyone believed in that. And we said, yes, that there aren't business schools in Pune actually having a solid platform for a national level, or even inviting some international entries for a business plan competition. Because the culture 13, 14, 15 years back or 2 decades back was still where majority of our parents believed in giving a career to their children, saying, "Bachcho padho, do the topping, top your colleges, top your schools, and at the end of it, look for a secure job." So it was all about a mindset change. The last decade, if you see for India, has been about changing the mindset of the youth. It's not about trying to tell you that बच्चा पहला नौकरी देख लो, 10-15 साल काम करो, फिर 40-50 की उम्र हो जाएगी, तब think about starting a business. No. It was about a mindset change where Indiapreneur stands for the new India, the young India, a daring India, a confident India. I think that's what this platform has tried to create over the years, is encourage the youth, youngsters like you, who have that fear that, oh, how am I going to set up a business? How is it even possible? I don't have the resources. I don't have the support system. I don't know much about setting up a business. And we said, throw that fear, throw that mindset out of the window. Let Indiapreneur be a platform to encourage youngsters to come forward and at least dare, at least believe. You will at least understand what it takes to put together a great business plan. It will be about understanding what you're studying and how to apply that to a real life environment. And I think that's what Indiapreneur has stood for over the years. Year on year, we have had amazing teams coming forward, daring it all, traveling down to Pune, talking to the judges, trying to convince them. And I think that's the spirit which you need to have if you want to become an entrepreneur. Even, I would like to first give a round of applause to all the participants who came here. I think 26 teams came for the semi-finals. So a huge round of applause to them for making it to the semi-finals. Of course, I'm sure in a contest or in a environment like this, it's quite a competitive space. But we have had nearly 6 to 8 judges since morning who have sat through these presentations, and eventually we have narrowed this down to 4 or 5. How many? 5. Okay, 5 finalists. So a tribute to the spirit of India's young entrepreneurs. The opportunity is unlimited. Like we did that time, we looked around the environment and found something which we believed in as a platform. And today we know how Indiapreneur has grown and where it stands. I'm sure each one of you can believe in your idea. Even if you have not made it to the finals, doesn't mean your plan is a failure. It just means that your plan needs to be polished up, and maybe there are some missing parts of the puzzle which you need to fit it into. I think even you've seen how events or platforms like Shark Tank today are encouraging the youth to come forward. I'm sure our judges are not like the sharks, but I can assure you that some of them do have the capacity to fund your projects if you do like them. So the finalists should know that last year, one of the judges stood up and actually pledged close to 50 lakhs to some of the teams. Subject to, of course, certain conditions being fulfilled with reference to their business plans and projects that they had in mind. So that's the opportunity we present to you this evening. So wish you the very, very best, and of course, hope that the best team lifts that beautiful trophy today. And there's, I think, a nice ThinkPad out there also, which is going to go to one of the teams. All the best.
Thank you, sir. We know entrepreneurship and startups has always been your passion. We thoroughly enjoyed listening to you.
Success doesn't happen overnight, and the most success individuals are those who are willing to put in a productive day's work before they even receive success.
We are privileged to have with us a successful and phenomenal leader, Dr. Tarita Shankar, Chairperson IGI. Ma'am has been passionate and has a strong presence behind the philosophy of Indira.
Ma'am is an alumnus of the prestigious Harvard Business School. She is an philanthropic and remains involved in numerous humanitarian work. Recently, Ma'am is awarded with Leadership Award 2023. Ma'am, every day each one of us look up to you and get enormous inspiration. With Ma'am at the helm of IGI, we know for sure that we are in good hands. We now request Ma'am to share with us some of her inspiring words.
A very good afternoon, everyone. Excited? दिल धक धक कर रहे है ना? जो प्रेजेंट करने वाला है उसके भी और जो जीतने वाला है उनके भी, और हम लोग देखने वाले हैं आपके तो हमारे भी कि आज की ट्रॉफी कौन लेके जाता है. So in advance, congratulations to whoever the winning team is. Do best, give your best. Warm welcome to all our guests today over here, our chief guest Sameer, and our judges, whom you'll have to impress the most for today, Shashank and Shreyas. And I was just thinking, I think, names matter a lot. And today, all the three people who are sitting here, their names start from S. So something special is going to happen today. So let's look at that. So welcome all of you once again. And of course, all my colleagues on the dais and my colleagues in the audience, all my friends, my dear students are always my friends sitting here. Very, very warm good afternoon to all of you. Down somewhere I saw, we're talking about entrepreneurship. So two things I would like to tell you. One is that I saw somewhere on one of your boards, the words passion and potential, right? It's, I think, down there, passion and potential. Very important if you're going to be entrepreneurs. I'm a long-term entrepreneur. Today's young entrepreneurs build their companies, they want to take it to a certain valuation and boom, sell it, take the money and start the next one, or go and enjoy on some Hawaiian island or something. There's nothing like that. 29 years, still surviving, sustaining, and enjoying every day. So how is that? What is it that happens? Of course, passion, very, very important. Without passion, you cannot do anything in your life, nothing. You cannot even get up in the morning if you're not passionate to get up and look at a new day. So passion is number one. When you're young, potential, of course, is the potential which matters. And youth has the maximum potential. But when you're past your youth, someone like me, and after 29 years, you're still passionate and you still want to unleash your potential. What is that one important thing that makes that passion and potential? What is the missing link? Can anybody tell me? What is it today that my passion and my potential, what is that missing link in that which helps me or makes me get up every morning and, look at the world and look at Indira in a new way, with new eyes, new passion every day? Anyone can tell me that word? It starts with P, passion, potential, there's one in between, or rather the last one. Somebody said it. That's right. Who said purpose? Yeah. You said purpose. These guys will know because they know me very well, yeah. बच्चों को बोलना चाहिए था. So, well, the most important thing, for you to sustain your entrepreneurial journey, I think at the end of it, it's the purpose which matters. Once you have found your purpose, your passion is always there, otherwise you cannot become an entrepreneur. And your potential, it will keep coming if your purpose is right and you are making your purpose work rightly. So these are three very, very important things. Second thing, everybody sitting here may not become an entrepreneur. We're all talking of all of you as if you're all going to become entrepreneurs. But don't forget that if you're going to work in any company, any industry, wherever you go, you can still be an entrepreneur if you have the feeling of ownership about your company or industry when you're working in that company. You can still have that, you feel that this is mine. And that ownership, even if you do not have your own company or entrepreneurial venture, see that you carry that ownership in your heart the best way that you can for whichever industry you can join. I'm going to tell as an entrepreneur, all of them, and I would like to tell how entrepreneurship is and what all you have to face. Today, everybody thinks entrepreneurship is getting funding, getting money. Yes, it's important, but आपको एक बात बताती हूँ, if you have these three things, पैसे तो कहीं से भी आएंगे. I mean, when I started 29 years back, not a single rupee. And well, today we are also funding, I fund students and we do so much of charity, philanthropy and running this big organization. Money will come, kahin se bhi aayega. Agar jigar hai, jaan hai, guts hai, to glory zarur aayega, paisa bhi aayega. Let me tell you one incident and I'm going to close with that. It's a very funny incident. I mean, how many of you've heard of the word ED? Everybody hears the word ED today? क्या है ED का full form? Okay. आजकल सुन रहे हैं ना, पहले जमाने में थोड़े साल पहले तो किसी ने ED का नाम नहीं सुना था. I'm going to tell them the story of my ED. 22 years back, Indira was the opposite building where I said Tapasya was just built. It was just inaugurated, and it was like you can see an oasis in a desert. Everything around was farms, and there was this one beautiful Tapasya building standing over there. And this was one regular day in the life of all of us, and it was maybe I think it was only MBA that time, and I think PGD had come on campus, so very few students were there. And one day, me and my mom are very close to each other, and very simple. There was a day when me and my mom were in Tulsi Bagh. How many of you have heard of Tulsi Bagh? How many of you have heard of Pune? तुम्हारा तुलसी बाग माहिती है ना? So you can imagine at that time, on that particular day, me and my mom decided we'll go to Tulsi Bagh for shopping. Okay, and we were in Tulsi Bagh shopping. And at 2 o'clock, we get a call from Chetan sir. Chetan was in the college. He calls and he says, come back to the institute immediately. There is something like ED, and ED has raided our institute. This is in 2000, And I said, ED? What is ED? None of us we didn't even know what is ED like, And okay, आज का जमाना होता तो वहीं से कोई फ्लाइट चार्टर करके भाग जाता था इंडिया से. ईडी आ गया है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. हमको ईडी क्या है वही पता नहीं था. So me and my mama in auto rickshaw, जल्दी से पकड़ के auto rickshaw, we came to the college. And we came there, and then there were these people from ED actually sitting in my office from the enforcement directorate. So me like, okay, ID दिखाओ, ये करो, वो करो, सब देख लिया. They said, no, we have to check all your records and all. Your gates are closed. Who is inside will sit inside. Who is outside, nobody can come in, and all that stuff. Okay, but hua kya hai? They said, no, we will check everything. And I said, okay, now we cannot refuse them. They are government officials. So obviously they started checking all our financial records and everything, and we were there, and they couldn't find anything. I said, abhi to, it was evening. This happened at 2 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon. It was 6:30 in the evening. And I said, at least now tell us, what is the reason? Why are you here? And what is it that has brought, and ED to Indira, which has just started. It is very small, like we were a startup that time, nobody knew us or anything. And you have to listen to this hilarious story, the background of this thing. At that time, it was like we did not have Madhuri ma'am that time, for placements and all. So it was me, Chetan, whoever was there. We used to try to go to industries and, talk with people, and wherever, through whoever I could get the connections to industries so that I could place my students. And just 1 week back, I think 2 weeks back, I had visited an income tax deputy commissioner in Mumbai. And this guy had my card in his wallet. And exactly a week after that, उसके ऊपर income tax का रेड हो गया. It was all in the newspapers. और उसने ढेर सारे पैसे उसके खिड़की से बाहर फेंके and all that drama and everything. अभी उसके wallet में मिल गया मेरा कार्ड. So people उसको ED thought that शायद उसने कुछ पैसा मेरे इंस्टीट्यूट में लगाया है. उन्होंने देखा होगा, परखा होगा. They must have got information. इतना बड़ा इंस्टीट्यूट खड़ा हो गया, इतना सुंदर इंस्टीट्यूट डेजर्ट में खड़ा हो गया. जरूर इस आदमी का पैसा इंस्टीट्यूट में लगा हुआ है. And that's how they reached my doorstep. And they were there, they found everything. I told them and I showed them all the records of 2 banks from where we had taken the loans to build that building. At 10 o'clock, we all had dinner together and they said bye to me and they went home. So that's an entrepreneurial story for you. Have a wonderful and absolutely exciting entrepreneurial journey, everybody. All the best. God bless you all.
Thank you for your kind words, ma'am. Always so energetic, always smiling, always so optimistic. That's Dr. Tarita Shankar for you.
Before our chief guest address, we would like ma'am and sir to please come forward to felicitate our guests and finale judges. To do the same, may I please request our dignitaries to come forward.
We first have our chief guest, Mr. Sameer Agashe, co-founder at People Blocks and Litmus Blocks.
Next up, we have a finale judge, Mr. Shreyas Hegde, co-founder Viral Vision.
And other judge, Mr. Shashank Pradhan, founder and CEO Fund Genie.
I'd like to request our dignitaries please come forward for group picture.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am and sir. We'll now give a detailed introduction of our chief guest.
Our today's chief guest, Mr. Sameer Agashe, co-founder at People Blocks and Litmus Block. Sir is a mechanical engineering graduate from COEP with masters in management from Symbiosis with over 3 decades of industry experience. Sir has recently launched his second HR tech platform called People Blocks that is designed to meet the in-house talent readiness for present and future business.
Sir has done extensive work in HR and training strategy, learning systems, and structured competency development. He likes to share his knowledge and experience with a wider audience through various programs for teams from the corporate and government sectors as well as for student communities. Sir is a TEDx speaker and likes to call himself a practical futurist. We are grateful to have you, sir. May I please request you to address the audience?
So, first of all, a very warm good afternoon. I can sense the vibrancy right from the members of the management, the staff, and all of you here. And I'll try to match the vibrancy. Hope it goes well with you. Point when I was invited for this occasion, I had a lot of thoughts because now my kids are your age and they're doing all kinds of business managements and things like that. So I thought I'll take this opportunity to share a few experiences that life has taught me in the past 5, 6, 10 years. Because I was a naive corporate employee till 7, 8 years back. And for me, life was very simple. If you get an idea, you build a product and business will happen. So my thought that time was 80% of the material is in the idea. 80% of the meat is in the idea and the product. And 20% of business ho jayega uska. Right? So we started big way, put in my own money, got friends, family, investment, few crores went in, built systems which nobody in the world had ever built. And still there was not a single customer in the first 2 years. So learnings from this are something of the new age because conventional businesses have a way that they grow, the way that they scale. But in the new age of businesses, I now standing in front of you after 5 years of startup entrepreneurship, I can say 20% max is about the idea and the product. 80% is how you make a business of it. Right. So while we will discuss ideas, I'm sure all of you would have got fantastic ideas and you have made presentations, you are in your back end of your student lives. But as you enter the real world, we need to understand that this is not a fancy thing. Startup is not about a fancy idea, putting a presentation, getting money and probably exiting with some valuation. It is about making a successful business. And first of all, Chetan sir and Rita ma'am shared a lot of things like passion and all these are qualities that obviously they are in you. That's why you are here. I would like to just add one more complementary quality, and that is about empathy. Can you sense a pain? Can you sense an inconvenience? If you are coming to the campus, there is a heap of garbage lying around. वो कहाँ से आया उसके लिए मैं कुछ कर सकता हूँ या जो अभी पड़ा है उसका मैं कुछ कर सकता हूँ क्या? You have to sense it. If you are on your own bike or car in your own earphone world, ideas will not come to you. Practical real life ideas will come only from empathy. If you are filling your air station at a petrol pump, the guy has to bend down front tire, back tire, go up, set the pressure, front different, back different. Can I have a quick remote something for him? Can I have a handheld something for him? So unless you see the pain of that petrol pump attendant, a practical workable idea will not come with you. So my first take is, if there is a self-centered approach, मुझे पैसा बनाना है, इसलिए मैं स्टार्टअप निकाल रहा हूँ, तुम्हें पैसा बनाना है कि दुनिया में आप छोड़ के किसी को कुछ पड़ी नहीं है. Why would somebody pay you because you want to make money? Nobody ever will pay you because you want to make money. Right? So the idea has to be, I have to make a difference somewhere. And then to whomsoever I am making, whether it's a retail personal or a business or a society or any other thing, money will start flowing from that. Okay, so I'd just like to put up a very broad summary of businesses that one can really do. One is do more of same. मेरे एरिया में 5 grocery shops है, overcrowded है, I'll put up a 6th grocery shop. It's still a business. It's a startup. Questionable because you also need to understand what is a startup. Doing more of same is a pure volume and margin game. If there is a 6th grocer shop, nothing stops from a 7th grocer coming in. If there are 6 hotels, if there are 6 delivery apps of food today, me building a 7th delivery app, yes, it is the safest form of startup because the concept is proven. Somebody goes to an app, orders food, food gets delivered and money gets transacted. I don't have to prove something to the world differently. I just have to put some small ideas here and there and build more of it. So safest business to try your business skills is do more of same, but there's a risk of competition, extremely competition, because if you can see that a chemist shop is needed here, 5 more people will also see that a chemist shop is needed here. So finally it will come down to who discounts more. It's extremely sorry game, but it is the safest game. Second thing is getting an idea which has worked somewhere into your market. So something has worked in Mumbai or Bangalore or Chennai, something has worked in high school, so I'll take it to primary school. There, risk is more because your market is new, but the idea is proven. So somebody has paid money for something, it is proven, it is given, but in my market, this has not happened. So let me get into my market and make it happen. More risk, because then you are the first one to tell the market, and when I say market, it's a very important concept, I won't go in the details, but somebody whom you are serving through your startup is your market. Right? So in that market, you are the first one, there is a risk associated with that, there is a first more advantage associated with that. So depending on your risk appetite, how much risk you can take, how much long you can sustain, and how fast you want to succeed or fail, the choice of business will start becoming different. And the third one is about the disruption. If going from Wakat to Pune station takes 45 minutes today, can I do something which will take only 30 minutes? Or can I do something which is half the cost? These are all the Olas and Ubers and the Swiggies and Zomatos that were created. I classify myself in that stage, and therefore that's the highest risk activity. Because then it demands a change in the behavior of your market. Your market is used to potholes. They have not stopped traveling because you have found a novel way of some air-filled cab that can go without bumps. Market is used to potholes. बोलेंगे नहीं है इसका कैब लिया तो भी चलेगा, पॉटहोल तो पॉटहोल 15 साल से चल रहा हूँ और 5 साल में. Inefficiencies, people are used to inefficiencies. गवर्नमेंट में ऑफिस जाऊंगा मैं, 15 दिन लगने वाले हैं, मेरा स्टार्टअप 1 दिन में काम करेगा. If my startup is remote, it will go back to 15 days. People are okay with it. So if you want to have a disruption, it is actually about changing the behavior of the society or the market that you are addressing. And changing behavior, believe me, on paper looks very easy. इतना तगड़ी चीज, सोसाइटी एंट्रेंस का एक मेंटेनेंस सॉफ्टवेयर बना दिया. Fantastic idea, right? All societies in Pune will take it. Why not? But once you get into a society to sell it, you realize that no, I mean ये तो बहुत मेरे मोबाइल पे नहीं चला करके वो आपके चेयरमैन की भी बोल देते नहीं चलता. So if you are bringing a disruption which is new to the market, it will have an associated market change behavior. So we need to be very clear what I am bringing into the market before we start making success calculations. The idea is everybody can be successful, very much successful, but we need to be clear about where am I fitting, what does it mean to take something into the market, what does market mean in itself, and what does success mean in itself. Right? So market typically operates from a convenience. If it's a retail product, if you are taking something to the direct end user, today there is no pain unless you bring a painkiller. Convenience की बात है, right? I am finding something cumbersome, going to a shop and getting half a liter milk. Hey, I am somebody, I'll solve your problem. No, I am finding difficulty to get a parking space in Baner. Hey, here is the idea which will give you a parking space in Baner. So it is more about how can I reduce convenience of the general janta. And if your solution, product, service, whatever you are building, if that goes into reducing somebody's inconvenience, it will have a good traction in the market. If you are targeting something for company users, it's a B2B, it's an enterprise solution, you are going to some company, government office or somebody, then it is not about inconvenience. Because आपके लोग 7 बजे तक काम करते हैं, वो बॉस बोलेगा जिसके हाथ में बजट है करने दो, उसी के लिए काम पे रखा है. So somebody spending extra hours, getting one more person extra to do some work, they'll say that's okay, and I can absorb that cost. I don't want to have a new solution coming into my company just to avoid somebody's inconvenience. So in a B2B, it has to be pain-centric. I have a pain because of which my business is impacted. Can you help me solve my pain? So business-centric solution, a company-centric solution, if you are thinking of, it has to be a pain-centric solution. If it's a retail solution, it has to be a convenience-centric solution. Third type, highly aspirational, is about gain. 10 रुपए का 1000 मिलेगा. Not necessarily this, but a gym. Gym is an aspirational gain statement. After a while, people will not come out of their comfort zone to go in the gain. They'll say, नहीं gain मिला तो चलेगा मुझे. मेरे को मत जगाओ सुबह. So while gain looks very good, a gain needs a hugely funded startup because it needs to be bombarded every day on your head through TV adverts and everything else. मिलेगा 10 गुना मिलेगा. Then only people will say कि ठीक है देख लेता हूँ. दो बार कभी तो सुना तो nobody moves at that. So it's inertia of people to go in a gain-centric startup. So I'm just trying to classify different things where you put your ideas in. Okay. The last thing is how do you make a habit of it? Because unless it becomes a habit, I open a fantastic Moroccan cuisine shop. People will come, have it once and go. But whenever next time they think that I have to go to a food eatery outside, will they come again to my Morocco shop? Why will they come again? And unless a person comes again and again, so unless it becomes a part of his or her life, a startup is not going to be scalable. So we all dream of that hockey stick, after a while, after 100 students, I can then put 20 sales people and make it 1,000 people, 1,000 customers, right? So multiplication is good on an Excel sheet, and I'm sure you will have your Excel sheets when you present all of it here. And it's good because you have to think of it. But in practical reality, when it comes to multiplication, it's possible only when it has been formed as a habit for a smaller set of people. It's a part of their life. Unless it is part of somebody's life, startup cannot scale. So unless those first 50 people start using your food delivery app every day, and for 6 months, whenever they feel hungry, they go to your app, then you can say, okay, now 50 people are into my app, now I can make it 50,000. But if वो 50 कभी आते हैं, कभी खुद जाके लेते हैं, कभी तीसरे ऐप से लेते हैं, then your app is not a need or your app is not a habit for that person. If you have an agricultural farmer drone बंद पड़ गया तो farmer जाके खुद अगर spray मार के आने वाला है, so you have not become a habit for that farmer. And it's true for every other subject. So map your ideas, map your products, whatever stage they are into, is it solving a pain or a gain? Has it becoming a habit or not? Is it a retail? Is it a wholesale? What are the risks involved? All of it, right? And generally what happens when an idea moves from a concept to the first 50, 100, whatever we call prototype. So there's a way to go about it. Each one of you know 10 people, 20 people, 40 people, 100 people. You can reach to your own networks. You don't have to go to a blind market. To your own networks, parents' networks, friends' network, you can definitely reach 20, 30, 40, 50 people. To try out whatever you are saying. Go to them, discuss with them. Without discussing with them on your own laptop, you cannot conceive a solution. You can conceive a solution, but that may not work in the real life. So discuss, give them the prototypes to use, get their feedback and make it ease of use. It has to be easy to use. If it's a product, whatever you are selling, features should deliver. If it's a service, your service norms, half an hour, hot pizza, whatever it is, should be measurable, or it has to be an experience. If you call me anytime in the middle of the night, I'll come over. That's the experience. You can even become a great startup purely on experience also. So whether I'm selling a product, whether I'm selling a service, what is being consumed by the end user? I may be selling an agricultural drone, which is a product. But if every time after spraying, say 100 crops, it has to be recharged, the experience goes down. So my product is great, but the experience is low. So what is the sweet spot where my product, service and experience will merge together? That has to be proven on the first 50 or 100 people, 100 users. Then only you can go to the pricing point. Till that time, price is also immaterial. आप Excel पे डाल सकते हो 10,000 रुपए का एक ड्रोन है, इंडिया में इतना बड़ा मार्केट है, मैं 0.5% भी कैप्चर कर लूंगा तो मेरे तो 2 मिलियन निकल जाएंगे, etc., which is good. But is the farmer willing to pay? The day you ask for payment, your father's uncle is going to say, "Bhaiya, sorry, अगले हफ्ते आ जाओ." So he might have given good reviews, he might have given good feedback, he might have even used your product. But the day you demand money, that's the real acid test. So don't go on a scale unless your first 50 people are willing to pay. And then only once first 50 people are willing to pay, you start thinking of Excel sheets. Till that, Excel is a good presentation material. Excel has a potential. Excel is a passion and potential में से Excel is a potential. इतना बड़ा हो सकता है, कैसे हो सकता है? Multiply factors, this, that, etc., etc. Right? So bear that in mind. Today, what you will be presenting is still at the idea stage. Some of you may have gone to the product stage, and you will be judged only on that. But the day you hit into the real life situation, these are the points which I think you should keep in mind. So that's all I had to share with you from the dais. Thanks a lot for your patience, and thank you for inviting me as a guest speaker. Thank you.
Very rightly said, sir. It is not a fancy word. It is about running a successful business with generosity and empathy. Thank you so much, sir, for such wonderful insights.
The event that you witnessed today is spearheaded by our very able faculty in charges, Professor Sushmita Rao and Dr. Tausif Mistry. To take the event ahead, I now request ever enthusiastic Tausif sir to please come up on stage.
Thank you, Sumeet. Let's give it up for our ISBS PGDM students, Sumeet and Shubhangi. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. Without any further ado, I'm sure Sir Chetan sir, Kumain sir, Darida ma'am. In fact, I'll tell you why the purpose thing came in my mind. I was reading some story about purpose, and then I was like, yeah, purpose, sorry. I mean, that way. So purpose was like, I just had a small story. I'll just finish it in about 30 odd seconds. So it was like, we all are celebrating the spirit of entrepreneurship. We are celebrating here, Chetan sir's brainchild, Indiapreneur 12.0. We started. What an amazing 2 odd days that we have had over here. Yesterday, entire day, today, entire day, and here we are at the culminating ceremony. I'm sure the participants over here, the offering participants, can I have a wave of hands? Yeah, great. Hello. And we also have online participants. So Chetan sir rightly said, there are around 12 teams who are offline, 13, 14 odd teams who are online. So everybody's there right now witnessing this. And I'm sure everybody's there having butterflies in their stomach. So before we come to that part of butterfly in the stomach, let me tell you one small 30-second story. It goes like this, every morning somewhere in the jungles of Africa, so there's a gazelle who wakes up and, with only one purpose in life, to run faster than the fastest lion. And in the same jungle, there's also a lion who wakes up every morning with again one purpose, to run faster than the slowest gazelle. No matter if you're a gazelle or a lion, the only objective of life or the only purpose of life is to run, to hustle. And yes, here we are celebrating the hustle of the entrepreneurs of the dais and on the dais, Indiapreneur 12.0. So yes, coming to the moment where now I would request the stage committee to have the envelope, which will be having 5 names of the finalists, whom our able judges or able semi-finale judges in the morning have shortlisted. So maybe request our chief guest and the finale judges and Tarita ma'am, Chetan sir, Executive Director Madhuri ma'am, Kumain sir to please announce the results. So in no particular order, the 5 finalists for Indiapreneur 12.0. May we have the mic?
Okay, in random order, it is team Kingmaker. Kingmaker. Congratulations.
Okay, the next team is Team Viva Feet.
The next team is Team Alien.
Team T News.
Okay, the last team is Team Air Bureau.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would request the finalists, please be ready. Please deck up. Team, deck them up. Stage committee, please clear the stage. We'll be beginning with the finale presentations. The first team is Team Kingmaker. Kingmaker, are you here? Please come up. Please get your mics on your. Please get decked up. Team Viva Feet, you ready? Please get a Team Viva Feet decked up, quick. Team Viva Feet, are you ready? Please come up, please come on the dais. Your presentation is ready. Viva Feet. I'll announce the rules and announce the results. I'll do that. So judges, you have the sheets with you. We'll be having 20 minutes of presentation time, 5 minutes of Q&A. And at any point between these 20 minutes, if you feel you should pause the presentation, straight go ahead with the Q&A session, perfectly fine. So I have a team member who's sitting with a bell. We'll be giving the warning bell at the end of 18th minute. 18th minute, you'll be getting a warning bell. And the last 2 minutes, you need to conclude. And then we'll be starting with the Q&A. Yeah? All set? Come here. Great. Are we set? Are we ready? Team, who's taking the timer? Yes? Great. Okay, team Viva Feet, your time starts now.
So good afternoon everyone, I'm Animesh Kumar, co-founder at FeedWings. So at FeedWings, we are developing a smart sock that helps in early warning and management of foot-related complications, be it your foot ulcers, diabetic foot, and even varicose veins. In India, more than 60 million people suffer from foot complications, starting as small as a ligament tear, being exaggerated to foot ulcer, diabetic foot, varicose veins, and even more. Now, 40% of the diabetics suffer from a condition called diabetic foot, where they constantly suffer from excruciating heel pain that is accompanied with tingling and burning sensation in their feet. In this condition, even a small bruise or inflammation can lead to formation of a diabetic foot ulcer, which, if not treated in time, can even lead to an amputation. Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala himself had to get a part of his leg amputated because of this condition. Patients suffering from varicose veins are at a constant risk of swelling of legs. People with varicose veins have to sleep with multiple stacks of pillows beneath their feet just to make sure that these feet do not swell up while they are sleeping. Studies suggest that 70% of these complications, the podiatric or the foot-related complications, occurs because of poor blood circulation in your lower extremities. But data can save lives. Studies suggest that continuous foot temperature monitoring can reduce the risk of contracting a foot ulcer or any foot complication by 72%. Not only that, electrical stimulation of your calf, that to be precise, artificial electrical stimulation of your calf and foot muscles increase the blood flow or in the lower extremities by 35%. With that being said, we present to you Feet Wings, a smart sock that continuously monitor temperature, pressure, level of inactivity, gait, that is a walking pattern, of the 12 most foot ulcer and foot complication prone regions of your feet. As soon as we measure these sites, we generate a risk score for our users, telling them the condition of their feet. Our systems right now are able to detect inflammation, ligament tear, plantar fasciitis, that is chronic heel pain, and foot ulcers. The systems are so advanced right now that we are able to provide patients alerts 30 days before clinical manifestation of a foot ulcer. This means now we are giving them a head start on this crippling ailment. So, who can use our product? Any person, anytime, be either the person is working or just relaxing in his bed. Any person who's suffering from any sort of foot complication, or even a normal person who's just wearing out his legs on a daily day-to-day basis. As soon as we detect any bruise or inflammation in your feet or a prolonged inactivity state, as in you're just sitting for way too much, or you're sitting for too many hours at a single time, we alert our patients. We provide them with alerts not only to the patients but also to their loved ones and their podiatrists. But providing alerts is just not enough. We have to complete the circle, right? As soon as we detect first you'll be able to see that there are minute vibrations in the person's feet who's wearing the sock. So as soon as we provide you an alert that boss, this particular part of your feet is at a risk of a foot ulcer, or you are just being inactive for too long, we start electrically stimulating your calf muscles. This in turn improves and maintains the blood circulation in the lower limbs 24/7, increases the healing rate and reduces the pain experienced during these conditions. This means a person who is suffering from ligament tear or plantar fasciitis or even a foot ulcer now will be able to get a bit relief. And what do you have to do to reap all these benefits? Well, as a user, you just have to wear the sock. We have developed the socks in such a way so that a person who's not tech savvy can even wear the sock and reap its benefits. But there still remains one question. How are we able to monitor and provide a lot of these benefits in such a sleek form factor? Well, the answer is Feet Wings Smart Yarn, a yarn that looks and feels like a normal cotton or wool yarn, but has the ability to monitor temperature, pressure, activity, skin conductivity, and many more. The potential scalability of Smart Yarn on its own is a lot. It's as versatile and can be used in industries starting from automobile, again in healthcare, and even in defense sector. Now, again, I've made a lot of claims while I was pitching. So to actually validate the hypotheses and the claims and even find out the efficacy of our device, we did a 60-patient study. Now, this 60-patient study was done with Dr. Amarpal Singh Suri, who himself is the president of Indian Podiatry Association. Now, the results of this study actually met or corrected the hypothesis that we had behind the product. The study suggested that after using our sock, there was an average increase in the blood flow rate of the patient's legs by 30%. Not only that, there was a 40% reduction in the pain experienced by the subjects. But what this 30% blood flow rate increase means is now a person who was about to suffer from a foot ulcer 30 days later will now be able to avoid the complication altogether because his leg has healed earlier only. So that small bruise that I talked about in the earlier slides, never aggravated into a foot ulcer. Thus, our socks not only provide early warning, it provides management and in few cases, complete avoidance of the complication. Talking about the foot complication global market, the market valuation stands at 7.1 trillion rupees with a compounded annual growth rate of 8.2%. We're talking about Delhi, that is going to be our beachhead market, having a market potential of 18 billion rupees with a compounded annual growth rate of 12%. In this market, yes, we do have a lot of direct and indirect competitors, starting off with a compression sock. But these socks are 71% less effective when compared to our socks. Again, this hypothesis and claim that I'm making was validated in the 60 patient study that we did. Tensing EMS machines that are comparative to our device's efficacy are bulky. A person has to be a bit more knowledgeable as in where to put those electrodes, at what current intensity, at what current frequency, and for how long to reap their benefits properly. Finally, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, that is the gold standard for treatment of foot ulcers and these foot complications. Again, you have to visit a clinic wherein a podiatrist will be administering these therapy on you. So these cost a lot. They are as high as 30,000 per month. On the other hand, Feedwings provides continuous monitoring at a very affordable rate. We are using pay-per-use model wherein the user will be able to get certain pair of sock with certain pair of our readers and will be able to use the whole thing for a limited period of time. Our plans starts as low as 3,299 for 6 months, wherein you as a user will be getting 4 pairs of sock with 1 pair of detachable reader. But what does the detachable reader means? So our readers are actually removable. So when you have to wash a sock, just have to remove these readers and throw the rest of the sock into the washing machine. At the same time, the pack that you'll be getting will have 1 pair of readers that you can clip from one sock to another and use them multiple times. So talking about the current traction, as of now, we have raised almost 2.25 CR, that is from BIRAC VIG grant, BIRAC seed fund, and from Succeed Innovation. Talking about the collaborators that we have right now, we have a successful tie-up with Sun Life Health Insurance, one of the leading health insurance companies. For a medical device, the most important thing is an effective go-to-market strategy. Because if you try via conventional route, the margins are cutthroat. It is very hard for a new medical device to sustain itself. So we came up with an innovative strategy. We thought of directly influencing the user and his key primary influencers. We already have a reach of more than 25 lakh health conscious users over Instagram. Now what this means is that now I'm able to influence either the person directly or his young ones his young ones. Not only that, we have an existing network of 4,000 plus podiatrists. Now this was done with the help of Dr. Amarpal Singh Suri and Indian Podiatry Association, along with having a successful collaboration with Diabetic Foot Society of India. Finally, we aim to have strategic tie-up with more health insurance companies to further expand our user base. As of now, we are planning to commercialize the product by October 2023, wherein right now we have developed almost the MVP of the product. By April, we'll start with a 70 patient clinical trial, wherein we will aim to get approved by CDSU as a Class B medical device. And we're planning to launch, as I said, by October 2023. This is the team behind everything. With myself, Animesh, I'm taking care of the product development and research. With Dr. Siddhant, handling the influencer marketing, networking, investor connects. On the medical front, we have Dr. Jyoti Dev Kesav Dev, endocrinologist with 20 plus years of experience in clinical validation and testing of medical devices. On the medical front, we have Dr. Amarpal Singh Suri, who himself, as I mentioned, is the president of Indian Podiatry Association. On the business front, we have Mr. Anil Iyer, who himself was the former Chief Commercial Officer of GSK India. So thank you for patiently hearing to me. Now I'm open to questions.
Over to the judges. May we have the mics to the judges, please? Yeah, Shashank sir, Shreyas sir, Akashi sir.
So whatever tests which you have carried for, okay, and you have talked about price plan.
What's up?
There is a price plan. Okay. So how many of the customers are paying customers?
So right now we haven't commercialized yet. So we are about to commercialize by October 2023.
So see, MVP, if I recollect, actually one of the comment which was made was MVP is not complete till your anchor customer or anchor customers are willing to pay for it.
Yes.
Okay? And these days, at least for last 2 years, I am going through. I have gone through about 2,000 pitches for fundraising. So this is one of the key area which has to be looked at.
First of all, I think kudos to your confidence during the pitch. So good job throughout the pitch. My question area is more to do with the replacement of batteries, right? So what your battery said that it needs to get replaced once in 14 days, right? So that is, as Sir has pointed out, user behavior change that you're planning to bring about. So how do you intend to bring about that behavior change into the lives of the users, where they'll have to do it in that high frequency?
So you have to recharge after 14 days.
Yeah.
It's not replaceable. So you have to just take out the reader, put it into a normal socket that we will provide you, and recharge it. As soon as it's recharged in the next 2 hours, take the reader out, put it again.
For that period of time, it will not be.
Yes.
Yeah, I think very structured and very confident presentation first of all. So I have a few questions complementing to what he said. Paid customers' favorite topic, but I think that you have addressed. Now, our point is, you mentioned the sample of around 60 people on which the survey has been done. Is that the only sample on which you have tried this product, or the sample size is larger than that?
So, sir, actually, this was a study that was approved by the ethics committee. So again, yes, we have done a 100-patient study, but that was in a much more unstructured manner, wherein we took the socks out to multiple people, they tested it out, gave us feedback. So that was unstructured. But this I am quoting out is a publicated, we published the research findings, and this was approved by a ethics committee.
So typically 150 to 200 people have been studied around that.
Yes,
for this. Now my question is, what was the period for which they wore these socks for the sample or the otherwise official study?
Yes, sir. So for the 60-patient study, it was 1 day. While for the 100-patient study, basically feedback session, we gave the socks out directly to Dr. Amarpal Singh Suri and told him that he can distribute the socks to any patient he wants to. So the patient wore it for somewhere around 1 week to 2 weeks, depending on how regularly they were visiting the clinic again and again. So yes, for unstructured, it was 1 to 2 weeks, while for a structured one, it was a 1 day study.
So my feedback or a comment is, for the user experience to really kick in and the habit to form, it probably takes much more longer than this, because that's when the problems start getting reported. See, early 1 day, 2 days, 7 days, it's a novelty thing. Now I can try out, I am fancied by some new concept, I may go into it. It's a halo effect, wow effect, array fantastic, mere mobile mein, readings aane lage. So all that to settle down and people to start really feeling the itch of this. pasine se usme stink aata hai. So many things are there probably in the way that you have constructed. The fabric features, after wearing it for 6 months, koi dusra rash to nahi aa raha hai. So there are so many things which, because it's an intimate wear, body wear item. So from my perspective, the sample or the inferences that have been drawn so far, I think there is a scope to look at it again. And since you are away from your commercial launch anyway, you have few months in hand. But that's something which I would strongly recommend that you focus on. and because you mentioned a few in excess of 1 crores have already gone in. So the output that somebody would expect for that level of investment is a more solid facts, findings, and I will say more researched findings data.
Yes.
But otherwise, I think from a concept to the presentation perspective, I think we are a very good team.
Not only that, sir, what you just said, I'm talking about 1 day study. It does not mean the person is only wearing it for a day. It means at every 15 days, we give the sock to the person. He wears, a sock is able to detect whether he has any foot ulcer or not. That's why we were able to do the 30-day alerts claim, because we did a 6-month study in these 60 patients.
So my only feedback is about the consistency of a daily usage. If I'm going to wear it day in, day out, over the night, I'm sleeping with the socks, I don't know the frequency. If it is, it has not come out of the presentation. So that's my only feedback to you, that either the findings are not presented the way I would love to see them, or they have not been taken in the first place. Either. But consider this between today and your launch. This is something that will help you go a long way. Yes, sir. Thanks.
This is actually about business plan. So it talked about product, it talked about everything. What is the revenue projection and all of that?
So in the first year, after we commercialize in October 2023, we'll look at having around 10,000 users in the first year by the end of the first financial year. The next year, as we already have tie-ups with Sun Life Health Insurance, we are projecting a user growth of 40,000, like user growth to 40,000. And then in the third year, we are looking at having a monthly paid user of 1 lakh, like 1 lakh monthly paid users.
So as far as fundraise is concerned, you are good to go currently, or for the commercial launch, you already have funding in place, or you will be looking at?
So right now, yes, we'll be looking at to raise more funds, because again, for a medical device, the more the merrier, the more we are able to get, the more clinical trials, multi-center clinical trials we'll be able to do. So yes, we are still looking for funding, but we do have some term sheets in.
So maybe what we can do is separately we can connect. There is an acclaimed doctor based out of Bangalore. He's actually will be happy to look at anything to do with medical. He is an investor, mentor to at least about 2,000-3,000 startups. That is the scale at which he's working. I'll be happy to connect with this.
Sure, sir.
Few more follow-up questions. Is there an IP involved in this? Is this a patentable technology, or is this something which does not have that high entry barrier?
Sure. So, sir, we have filed for 4 patents. Out of them, 2 have been granted. The first one that was granted for the bruise inflammation foot ulcer detection system. The second one was for the smart yarn. The 2 that still are pending is the smart yarn manufacturing process, and second one being sock as a system.
So,
yes.
As an entry barrier, what do you think is the entry barrier? If 10 other people have to adapt to this, is the patent or the IP specific to certain diseases or certain manifestations, or these are because then we know the Indian patent system, and both of us know it. So the question is, what's the entry barrier from the IP perspective?
So, sir, entry barrier from the IP perspective, yes, because we ourselves thought a lot about it. As you rightly said that, in Indian system, there is a very high chance that someone will be able to get across your patent very easy. So we tried keeping our patents as broad as possible. At the same time, we filed for multiple. So I am talking about inflammation system. No, we have filed inflammation, varicose veins, foot ulcers, different. We're trying to be as generic so that a person can't hop through it easily.
Yeah, I mean, the problem of generic patents is it may get rejected because it is too generic. But I am sure you are seeking IP help on that. My second question is about the data that is getting collected on the mobile or on your device. Today or going ahead, is there any plan to aggregate the data anonymously or otherwise to create analytics out of the data so that it can help the overall ecosystem? What's the trends, what are the frequencies of certain, because the insurance guys and all will have a very simple logic. If people are like this, my insurance premium, while they are paying, they may not come to actually file the claims other way. But when you get data, you're getting data of maybe that number of people on their mobiles. Is there any plan to aggregate that? Are there any regulatory issues, because this is about the medical data?
Yes, sir. So for medical, when the data is this sensitive, you have to be HIPAA compliant. So that is a compliance that your cloud systems must have. So we have that. Now, yes, we are providing users data analytics not only to users, but also to their loved ones and their podiatrists. So we are doing data aggregation and providing useful insights to patients, their loved ones, and their doctors.
Last question, sorry if I'm asking too many questions, but the idea here is to, give you a reflection of where we are. So, is this a India-centric strategy, something like this is already there, out there in the market in the world, or this is something which is done globally for the first time?
So there have been, I won't say it's done globally, because let me just come back to this.
You have shown the competitor slides by your way.
Yes, but again, so temperature plates is something that is globally being used for foot ulcer detection and monitoring. But what we are doing is providing it in a form factor wherein it's very easy to use and accessible to everyone. But I would like to make one bold claim here, that there is no such device out there in the market that is able to do both warning and management.
Thank you very much.
I have a last question. Have you done valuation?
What's up?
Valuation.
Valuation of a startup. So yes,
No.
so as I mentioned that we got some funding from Succeed Ventures. So Succeed provided us a valuation of 10 CR pre-money.
No. They providing valuation is not the right way. I'll suggest that you have to have your own thumb rule valuation done, which emerges out of your business plan, top line, bottom line, and your plan. No roadmap. So you have to have your own valuation. If somebody else gives it, they may actually value you lower or higher, you don't know.
Yes, sir. Again, valuation is a very respective thing, I would like to say, because for a person who's thinking from a much broader perspective, he'd like to value my company at a higher valuation, while someone who's just focused on revenue, the future, the current potential of the company, will value it lower because as we are a pre-revenue company. So valuation is a very respective term. And again, we went through multiple VCs. As of now, Succeed gave us 1 CR against a 10 crore valuation. So, but as you rightly mentioned, that by the end of the next 3 years, the valuation that we are projecting is around 20x growth in the valuation.
Anyway, as far as valuation is concerned, there are standard methodologies which are available. So it is not your valuation, my valuation. There are very standardized methodologies of carrying out valuation. It will get debated, discussed as a separate part. And
just one thing I would like to add, sir, here. See, at pre-revenue stage, the only two things that a VC looks at is the future financials, future scope, and the total addressable market right now.
let me correct you here. My startup actually is looking at funding finances. So I'm going through many. Don't go with preconceived notion. You can actually still carry out values. That is my suggestion.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In the interest of time, we would request, you can stick to the time limit. Yeah. Team Viva Feed, thank you so much for the fabulous product. Hoping to wear one someday. Hope I do not get the need to wear one someday. We have second team decked up. Come guys, quick. Come up, let's decked up. The third team, please get in touch with the third team. The third team is going online, right? Quick. Do we have the presentation of the second team, Kingmakers? Please get it on the screen, quick. The Kingmakers. The first one was Viva Feet. Second is Kingmakers. You want a caller mic? Please. Team, please get the teams decked up. Don't wait for the caller mic and all. What is enough? Fabulous.
This way.
Okay, the team is ready. Do we have the timer ready? Yes. 20 minutes, stick to the time limit. 18th minute, you will be getting a bell. That's the warning bell you need to conclude. Judges, please stick to. Yeah. Sir, saying something? I'm sorry. Yeah. Judges, a humble request. Let's go ahead to stick to the time limit. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Prasang here. Myself Vijay Kumar and he is Kamal Kumar. Actually, we are from the team, the Kingmakers. We have developed a cotton carry bag from recycled cotton fiber waste as an alternate for plastic, paper, and oven carry bags. So actually, we are going to solve mainly two problems by producing this carry bag. The first one is plastic wastes. An average Indian family uses nearly 1,000 carry bags, plastic carry bags per year. So it takes nearly 500 years to degrade in the soil. So many state governments in India has put a ban on these plastic bag usages. So due to this ban, many shopkeepers and customers have suffered a lot. So as an alternative for these plastic bags, paper bag and oven bags came to the market. But the main problem is the cost of these bags. When compared to the plastic bags, the cost of these bags are very high. So it's a problem. We need to reduce the cost. Okay, this is the first problem. And second problem is recycled cotton fiber waste. What is mean by recycled cotton fiber waste? In the garment industry, during cutting process, lot of fabrics were thrown as waste. So those waste are called cutting waste. You can see this is the cutting waste. These cutting wastes are recycled into fibers by using recycling machines. So you can see this is the recycled fibers made from this. So these recycled fibers are once again used in spinning mills to produce yarns. So during those process, we are taking 20% as a waste. So those wastes are called first time recycled fiber waste. So this is the first time recycled fiber waste. So what they are doing is once again they are using these fibers in a spinning mills to produce low quality yarns. During those process also we are getting 20% as a waste. So this is those waste. This is called second time recycled fiber waste. So this is the final product. Once again we can't able to use these fibers in a textile industry because due to the strength of these fibers. Okay, we are taking this as our raw materials. So you can see what is recycled fiber waste. Around 100 tons of recycled cotton fibers are thrown as waste per day in India. About only 10% of these waste are used as a fillings. Remaining 90% are just thrown in open space or just they are burning it out. As you can see that nearly 10,000 liters of water are required to produce 1 kg of these fibers. So as a textile engineer, I don't want to waste these fibers as it is. So what we have done is we have come with a solution. So after a long research and trial, we have produced a carry bag out of this waste. So these carry bags are made up of made up of resins and it is biodegradable, so it won't affect our environment. So these are the bags that we produce in different size, colors, etc. And the features of our bags, like it can hold up to 3 to 4 kgs of weight, it's biodegradable, and then we can produce these bags in 64 different colors. It may even increase based on our raw material procurement, and we can produce in different styles and sizes based on the requirements. And the only drawback is it's not a waterproof, but we are developing our own water repellent coating in our laboratory. Within 2-3 months we will end up with that and then make our product as a water repellent one. So it can be a good competitor for weaving and oven bag and paper bag. Now we can see the business plan. Actually, we have a startup called Shakti Nanavans. It's in the incubation stage, and then we are planning for a large scale production. And now we can see the production capacity of Shakti Nanavans. Actually, we are going to procure our raw materials from Aila Textiles, which is a leading outer spinning mills in Tamil Nadu. They are ready to supply around 1 ton of recycled cotton fiber waste per day. We can produce around 25 carry bags from 1 kg of recycled cotton fiber waste in this size. So actually we can produce around 25,000 carry bags from 1 kg of recycled cotton fiber waste per day. Now we can see the raw materials and its cost. We record raw materials like recycled cotton fiber waste, yarn, starch, threads, candles and water. Now in right side you can see the cost of these raw materials. So it's very less. So we can produce our carry bags within 3 to 4 rupees. Actually they are giving raw materials for free of cost. They just need to free up their spaces. I have put on 2 rupees because in future it may increase. So I have put on 2 rupees per kg. And also you can see the handle cost is around 1.5 per meter. Actually it's cost half of the price of the carry bag. So in future what we are going to do is we just going to replace this handle with recycled yarn. Actually in spinning mills a lot of yarns are taken as a waste. What they are doing is just they are rewinding it and selling it is in a low cost. So we are going to procure that one and then we are going to use that as a handle. So it will reduce even more less, so we can produce our carry bag within 2 rupees. And machineries like we need a carding, boilers, sawbox, drying cylinders, cutting machines, sieving machines, and printing machine. These are the machineries we require to start our own startup. And then let me explain the process. First, we are going to make a web out of this fiber, and then we are going to spray a resins over that. And then with the help of drying cylinder, we are going to dry the water out, and then we are just cutting it and then stitching. These are the process required. And finally, we can see the startup cost. We required around 50 lakhs to make our startup into a large scale production. Actually, we approached machine manufacturing unit in Coimbatore. We pitched our project, and then they came up with the designs, and then they given a catalog too. Based on that, we come up with this cost. Now we can see the revenues due to the low cost of our carry bags. Around 3 rupees, but our customers are ready to buy our carry bags for around 10 rupees. As you can see, the cost of the paper bag is around 12 rupees and the cost of the woven bag is around 20 rupees. So when compared to that, our customers are ready to buy minimum 10 rupees for our bag. As I said, we can produce 25,000 carry bags per day. From that, we can make around 1 lakh as a profit per day as a minimum, according to the requirements of the customer. And we have done a market analysis in nearby areas. Around 80% of the customers are ready to buy our products, and our targeted customers are like textile shops, supermarkets, jewelries, cosmetic shops, branded showrooms, and vegetable shops. And now we can see the future growth. Paper bags and woven bag industries has taken around 55 to 60% of the market after the ban of the plastic bags. So we feel that this is the correct time to launch our product in the market. In India, around 100 tons of recycled cotton fibers are thrown as waste. From that, we can get around 20 lakhs to 25 lakhs carry bags we can produce from that waste. So we have filed a patent for our product. It's in examination stage. Within 1 year we will get the patent, and then in future we are going to issue license to other companies too after getting the patent. And our future products are like medical gowns, tissue papers, toilet papers, and then bed sheets. And then even we are going to make a composites out of this which can replace the furnitures too. So we are going to come up with the different products after completing this one. And then finally our team, myself, Jay Kumar and he is Kamal Kumar, we are first year MTech paper technology students from IIT Roorkee. And so we are thinking that we are technically strong, and then we can handle whatever problems that arises during the production stage. And our achievements are like our product is recognized by Ministry of Textiles, and then we received a most scalable business from Tamil Nadu government.
Do we have time for a 2-minute video? Yeah, please, let's have. Is there some glitch with your video? Is it played? Is it downloaded properly? Done. Let's sort it out till the time the judges have their questions asked. One of you can just help them with the video. Yeah.
Right. First of all, I think like very crisp presentation. I think you had all the right elements that one would look for as far as the technical aspects of the product and company's concerned. So kudos to that.
Yes, that is.
Firstly, I wanted to ask, like, the USP of your company or the USP of the product is the material. Am I right?
Yes.
Right. So in this material, I don't know if you've heard, there's something called as non-woven polyester fiber.
Yeah.
Which is recycled plastic bottles.
Yes.
So wouldn't that be a direct competition to this?
So actually it's a biodegradable, sir. Actually they are throwing it as a waste. Around 100 tons of recycled fibers are daily. They are throwing it as waste. They are just burning it out. They are just pleading to other guys to take it out of their companies. They need to free up their spaces. So that's why I came up with this idea. Just I need to convert this into value-added product.
Correct, but like the problem that we are looking at, right? On one end, you have recycled cotton that is going waste.
Yeah, yeah.
On the other end, a direct competitor to this would be non-woven polyester fiber, which is plastic bottles that is causing harm to the environment. Now people are recycling that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, not too far from here, I do own one of the largest non-woven polyester fiber companies, which we only create this at the largest scale possible, and we use plastic bottles to create ceilings, floorings, everything with that, right? And we are also into making bags and prima facie match that. So for you, competition is more towards what are the different formats of material that can get recycled and become bags, right? So I think that for me would be a word of caution to you, because the amount of research that you've done on the production, the pricing, so on and so forth, and also I believe that it has more towards ready to market stage rather than not. So word of caution would be the pricing should be kept sensitive to what are the other things that would be recycled, and non-woven polyester fiber also has that it's waterproof because it's plastic. Right? So that was something that you're building.
Yes,
Okay, great concept, I'll say, and a very socially conscious concept.
Thank you.
Very crisp presentation. One thing I found wanting is probably the numbers, because now I have to do my calculations while you're talking. Because you mentioned a lot of things like one factory is going to if I'm understanding it right, 25,000 bags per day worth of material is coming from a single factory.
1 ton of waste, sir. Actually, 20% of waste are coming out, sir. Their production capacity is around 6 tons.
Right.
So from that 20% is around 1 ton.
So one factory is giving you 25,000 bags equivalent of raw material in just with one factory. And you're saying around 3 rupees is the cost of making it. And so it comes down to making 7.5 crore bags from a single factory. That's
sir.
Now I wanted to see that in your data, because now I have to know it is not there in your presentation. This is my inference. I would have loved to see it there, that if 25,000 bags per day multiplied by 300 days comes to how many bags multiplied by 3 rupees per bag as a cost. What does it amount to, and then how do you scale that? So something wanting, but I am trying to do my own maths here. Quick part of it is the waterproofing also biodegradable and all that you talked about?
Actually, as of now, it's not a waterproof, but we are producing our own waterproof coating. Actually, we also went with the market waterproof
because
coating.
your whole concept is about biodegradability. So if your waterproofing doesn't match with that, we have a challenge on it. Second thing is labor cost. Was it factored in the whole 3 rupees that you showed?
Everything.
So if we say pan India, the way you are looking at expansion, there would be at least 1,000 times more waste of this type.
Surely, sir.
Right. We are looking at something like crores and crores of bags being produced every day. That's not coming out very strongly from your presentation, I would say. Because the magnitude of what you are talking is not coming out from the presentation. My last question is, when you say implementation plan, there are two parts to it. One is a production setup, which you say 50 lakhs of investment will give you production setup to do whatever these crores of bags at Coimbatore or wherever it is. So multiply that much by the production setup, and the supply logistics is fine, because you may have a local facility of production near every cotton mill.
Yes, sir.
But how do you see the supply chain? I mean, when you're delivering the bags, that's a completely different because who will consume all these bags is pan India. Consumption will happen. So there is a lot of, I mean, from Amazon and Flipkart, there are so many ways. That is, I think, not factored in the cost or the implementation plan. So we would love to see that some other day, some other forum. But I think that part has to be covered here, because otherwise, if you do not look at the demand side fulfillment, what gets involved into it, huge, it may be warehouses, it may be so many things. That needs to be factored into what we are doing.
Sir, actually, to collect the wastes, there is an organization called OSMA in Tamil Nadu. 90% of the company is in Tamil Nadu only.
So I am happy about the supply side. Collection, giving it to your doorstep is happy, because you can set up in the vicinity. I am more worried about the distribution side. ये जहाँ पे जाएगा, मेरे घर में जब ये बैग आएगा, तो उसके पीछे का मुझे दिखा नहीं आपके presentation. Okay, so when the bag comes to my place from your factory, I didn't see that part into your presentation. The demand distribution side.
Okay, sir. Actually, in 2021, I am the winner of Startup India from Ministry of Textiles. At the time, Smriti Irani promised me that these carry bags can be used in Khadi and then co-optex like that. we can make an MOU and then you can produce and then we can supply like that.
Perfect. So like I mentioned, see, it is about the idea. We feel it is 80% complete and only now 20% Smriti Irani has signed.
Yeah.
So only 20% work is remaining. Actually,
Yeah.
Smriti Irani sign may complete only 10% of the work.
Yeah.
90% of the work is something which has to come into your
Till now I am
presentation.
trying, sir. Till now I am
Yeah,
trying.
so it has to come into your presentation
Yeah.
someday, because unless that part is handled,
Yeah.
this is only one side of the business,
Yeah.
which is the producer side.
Yeah.
The distribution and reaching the end customer is not covered in your presentation. That's just a feedback.
Okay, sir.
Can always be improved.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No, I'm good. Actually, one of the major thing is, as you mentioned, is the cost of production. There is a GTM supply chain side cost, go to market. Okay, that is not coming out in that 3 rupee versus selling price. You are assuming the price is, the margin is so much, but which may not be the case.
I guess we have the video right now. Any more questions? Sorry. Yeah, we have the video. Can we have the video, please?
In the 21st century, the main problem we are facing now is plastic wastes, especially the plastic bags. An average Indian family uses nearly 1000 plastic bags per year. Plastics takes an average of 500 years to degrade in the soil. So, many state governments in India has put a ban on the plastic bag uses. Due to this ban, many shopkeepers and customers suffered a lot. I am Vijay Kumar. As an engineering student, it's my responsibility to bring solution to this big problem. So, I have produced this new cotton carry bag made from recycled cotton fiber waste. In garments industry, large amount of fabrics were thrown as waste. These fabrics are recycled into fibers by using recycling method. These recycled cotton fibers are used in rotor spinning mills to produce yarns. In India, nearly about 1 lakh kg of recycled fibers are thrown as waste per day. So, I decided to convert these waste cotton fibers into useful product. After a long research and trial, I have produced these new cotton carry bags. These carry bags are decomposable within 4 months when it exposed to soil. We can carry different materials by using these carry bags. This carry bag can hold up to 2 kg of weight. By using this cotton carry bag, you can easily reduce the usage of plastic bags as much as possible.
Thank you so much, Kingmaker. Indeed a perennial problem of plastic. May we soon get rid of this perennial problem. Thank you so much. All the very best, guys. The third team is online. Yes? Is she there? Can we have her on screen? That's Arush Agarwal and that's Team Air Puro, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Arush, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you everyone hear me?
Yes, we all can hear you.
Just give me a minute. I'll just present my screen.
Yes. So can we have one extra laptop near the judges, the IT team? Okay, Team Air Bureau, the same rules, 20 minutes of your presentation time followed by 5 minutes of Q&A.
I hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, your presentation is visible. Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Great. So that's Arush for you. Arush, we are ready whenever the judges are ready. Ready, sir? All set? Great. Arush, all yours. The timer started, 20 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Arush Agarwal and I'm from New Delhi. I'm 18 years old and a first-year engineering student. And I present to you my startup, Air Puro, where we believe that clean air is not a privilege, but a necessity. So the problem, air pollution in India is an estimated killer of about 2 million people every year and is the fifth largest killer in India. And India has the world's highest death rate from chronic respiratory diseases and asthma, according to the WHO. Furthermore, the cramped urban housing we have here aggravates the bad air quality inside Indian homes. Now, owing to this phenomena, people are forced to buy air purifiers, which cost a lot in the current market scenario, however basic their functionality may be.
So the retail cost plus the replacement filters and the running cost of the existing solutions lead up to an investment of around 25,000 INR very easily, which is 16.66% of the per capita income today and not at all affordable. So the solution here is Air Puro, where we'll be launching air purifiers and first to market DIY air purification kits for fractions of the cost of the retail competition. Uh, by this, we intend to reduce the initial investment in air purification for the masses. We want to produce the air purification solutions in a sustainable manner. We will be producing a DIY counterpart to inculcate the knowledge of STEM in children. We'll also be educating the masses about the harmful effects of air pollution and its possible solutions. Now, the USPs over the other competitors are that we use a proprietary filtration composition using Ayurvedic references, which is not being used anywhere in the world today. We are going to be available at just 10% of the retail price of the competition. We use cellulose filters. We use bioplastic in the main chassis. We have a DIY kit, which is first in the world again. We also have anti-allergen properties while allowing filtration of the air. So the market analysis. With Air Puro, we are able to tap into two markets at the same time, wherein the global air purification market is supposed to reach $22 billion by 2030, and the STEM kit market is supposed to reach more than $10.8 billion globally by 2028. Now, again, a study of competitors revealed that there's a big inconsistency between the pricing and the functionality of the air purifiers, and they are made up of environmentally negligent materials. This has led to a big opportunity for smaller players to grow in this field and environmentally aware businesses like Air Puro to enter this field. Keeping in mind a research wherein 54.66% people from all age groups preferred companies that are conscious and supportive of sustainability. Our key competitors here are Dyson, Voltas, Sharp, Philips, Honeywell, MI, which do not offer any air purifier under 15,000. Now, the key industry drivers are the cost effectiveness of the product, the public health quality, the regional air quality, and the spending power of people in that region. APAC is currently the largest market for air purifiers, and that will be targeting first, wherein 42.6% of the revenue share is from Asia Pacific. Furthermore, air purifier market size, as I said, is expected $22 billion by 2030. Our TAM is $15.25 billion and SAM is $850 million. Our SOM, which is currently India only, will be $1.3 million at predictive measuring. The B2B opportunity. So Air Puro cannot be only D2C, but also B2B, wherein air pollution costs Indian businesses $95 billion or 3% of India's GDP every year. The IT sector alone loses $1.3 billion due to pollution-induced productivity loss. Again, air pollution has a bigger impact on businesses than we can ever imagine, and people think that it does. Air pollutants like VOCs, particulate matter, have effect on the brain and the nervous system that can disrupt cognitive functioning. Due to this, many companies have invested in air purification systems that are very expensive. Air Pure has the potential to reduce that investment, wherein our filters can be applied directly to the existing air conditioning systems and can help corporations save millions of dollars every year. Our market strategy is that we intend to garner revenue from the sale of air purifiers for personal, corporate, schools, hospitals, and old age home use. We'll be also selling the DIY kits to schools and children age 8 plus for inculcation of STEM knowledge. We'll be having a subscription for replacement filters where there'll be a filter exchange every 6 months. We'll reuse those filters collected and use them in the replacement lot and the DIY kit lot. So that way we are able to reuse our product and waste is also reduced. We'll also be selling replacement parts for Air Puro. We plan to retain and acquire our customers through the boilerplate active posting on Instagram, through reels, stories, and influencer marketing to spread awareness. We'll be starting up a monthly newsletter on various advancements on air pollution, not only from our company, but from the world throughout. We'll be hosting regular giveaways and raffles for customer engagement. Currently, the resources we have is a working prototype. We have self-lab testing. We have proof of concept certification and awards from CSIR, Government of India, and the Government of China. We have sales and marketing support from Industry Biz. We have industry connections with the help of competitions like these. We have an IP lawyer who's working pro bono and helping us with the patent of the filtration techniques of Air Puro. We also have pre-orders from school in New Delhi, and as soon as we get into production, we'll be giving our first batches to them. The resources we need today are an initial investment to set up the production line and produce the first batch, which will be around 15 to 20 lakh rupees. We require a lot of mentorship from industry veterans to break the supply chain and to get a better understanding on how we should sell our product. I also wish to include a design and R&D team to further improve the design and components of the product. As for the customer support team, I have identified 15 students in my college who are willing to work for free just for certifications that yes, we had an internship. So they'll be helping me with the online presence management, digital marketing, and the customer support. I also require financial advisors since a product business is very financial heavy. As for the financial projections, these were made with help of startup lanes. For the DIY kit, our selling price will be INR 799, and for the purifier, we are targeting INR 1399 selling price. We can easily increase this because the competition prices are very high, and we are targeting a very low price in comparison to them. So our cost price for the DIY kit comes at around 300 rupees, and for the purifier it comes at 350 rupees cost price. Our EBITDA after operational year 1 comes at around 3.73 CR, and considering a nominal and realistic 5-year growth rate, our EBITDA after operational year 2 comes at 3.91 CR. As for the recognition, we won the 4th position in the CSIR Innovation Award for School Children in 2021. We were the only selected Indian project at the Shanghai Youth Science and Technology Expo hosted by the government of China and won the Excellent Display Award. We represented at TEDx JE Malaysia in 2021. We were the most innovative startup at Shark Tank LNM 2023. 3rd position at Pitch Please IMI New Delhi, and multiple entrepreneurship fest and competitions finalist and winner. Now I'd like to give you a backstory. So Air Puro was made back in class 10 when the Ministry of Education in New Delhi said that they want to fund projects which may help the society in the future. So I made Air Puro back in class 10. Then it took me 3 years to make it commercially viable. I did the R&D, made the product better, and today I'm here to finally release it. So we are targeting a launch in the next 6 months, wherein I have help from my startup mentors and requesting help from every one of you to help me in the journey to launch Air Puro and bring it to the market. Thank you.
Thank you, Arush. Thank you so much. May we have you on the screen, please? Yeah, great. So, Arush, our judges, I would request you to ask questions. You can ask the question in the mic. Arush will be able to hear that. So, anyway, Shreya sir, Shashank sir, and Gahi sir.
One point which came to my mind is there are a lot of competitors which you have mentioned, okay? And your core product is not that box. Your core product is that filtration methodology, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So your competition could be your customers actually. That is one of the things which came to my mind. Earlier had been associated with one of the nanosensing technologies similarly. They were trying to put a complete box and trying to make an end product. Whereas if they go to the core technology and go to the market, their market is much bigger and global. That is the only point comes to my mind. So any question?
Sir, I would like to tell you something about that. 2 years back, 3 years back, just before COVID, I had an offer from Sharp, which is a leading air purifier manufacturer who wanted to manufacture Air Puro by themselves. We did not go through with that because I knew that if I give my technology to Sharp, they will sell it at very expensive prices. What I want is that, as Sir said in the beginning of the program as well, that until and unless you're not empathetic towards your customer segments and the market, you cannot achieve anything in your startup. So, along with obviously the profit incentive, the biggest incentive to me would be that I am doing something for the betterment of the society in the upcoming future. So yeah, that's that.
Arush, तूने मेरे मुंह की बात छीन ली. I was about to say that I can see a lot of, and 3 years before this, which means you are just 14, 15, but you could sense a pain out there and want to do something about it. So I think, and remaining sustainably focused for 3, 4 years consistently, because at 14, 15, you may switch focuses every now and then. So it's commendable that you are onto the same cause after the 4th year and with the same passion, like Tarita ma'am said, purpose that you have. So really commendable. Few observations from my side. I just want to have one question before I go into the observations. Okay, how long has been the testing cycle? You said you have already created something and tested and got
Yes.
results and all. So can you just help us understand what kind of testing has gone through so far, where we are today?
Okay. Physically, we have 20 air puros today, which I made by hand over the past 3 years. Different iterations, different models. The final model we tested in a staff room in my school when I was in 12th. It was a 250 by 250 square feet room. We filled it up with incense stick smoke because it is one of the most common pollutant in Indian homes. The AQI went from 250 to 120 in 15 minutes and then reduced slowly to 90. We tested it using MQ135 air sensors, which are industry grade. A lot of question people ask me today is that you do not have proper lab certifications for your product. Sir, everybody has phones right now. Please go to the MI website and open their air purifier page. They do not have any certification for their purifiers as well. There is no mention that we are XYZ certified. So what I believe is that the technology is one thing, but to efficiently sell this product today in the market, we need to have a good marketing and a good strategy to put it into the detailed scenario. So,
I like your confidence. Basically, make the users happy and everything else will fall in place. The certifications will follow. First, make the users happy, and that's what you seem to be doing. The follow-up question: have you approached the Delhi government, because we here keep seeing the news about Delhi pollution, so on and so forth. So anything like this, ideally, and if you are pursuing it for 2 to 3 years, have you approached? What has been the feedback? If you can just tell us.
So firstly, I did not approach any government entity and any corporation due to the sole reason that I did not have a patent or a lawyer representation by my side. It is recently that I got a patent lawyer who is helping me get the IP rights for Air Puro's filtration system, and we're confident we'll get it granted. Another thing is that Air Puro is firstly based upon a personal air purification system, not a mass level one, because we use cellulose filters, we use a special material which is not too good outdoors. So that's why we cannot have it at a very large scale. It's just for
Yeah, I
personal.
think, see, patent filed is a good state to be, because we again never know whether patent will be granted or not.
Yes.
But yes, I mean, and don't take it on a fast track, because keep it pending as long as 5 years, that's okay, your priority date remains same. So patent filed is always a good state to be. My only observation and feedback to you is your presentation is too broad, too spread. I mean, I was frankly amazed to see कि solar powers की efficiency बढ़ेगी अगर atmosphere का, it's too broad to digest, क्या मतलब पूरी दुनिया ही बदलना चाह रहे हो. It has to be done in steps. So what the content of your presentation, if you can trim it to probably not more than 10%, so that your focus will be retained. Otherwise, B2B, this, that, I mean, the problems are larger than what solution right now you seem to be proposing. So keep the problem statement and the market and everything else in line with the solution that you have in mind today. So that it makes a very direct correlation to the benefits. What are being, otherwise we are dragged into seeing all kinds of things all over the place about pollution, and doesn't help me to put your business in a perspective. Okay, so that's just a feedback from your pitch and presentation as you go ahead. But I think my questions are handled. Good presentation. Thanks.
Thank you.
First of all, Arush, I mean, it's very socially active, so I think India, I mean, the same point that Sir just mentioned, right? Being stuck to something at that age for 3 to 4 years, I mean, that's a lot of resilience, and I think that is actually passion more than anything else. So kudos to that. One of the things that I was looking for in the presentation to bring out is a direct comparison between your product versus, let's say, whatever you're comparing your product to in terms of results, right? If you're saying there are purifiers outside which are probably 5x or 10x more expensive, then are they more expensive because, I mean, purely is it profit linked, or is it also that the results are different and varied, and also the results being measurable, right? The technology that is going to be required to wrap around air purifiers is to make the purification measurable, because when it's visible, the measures are visible, that's when people actually feel that, okay, right now I'm using something and I'm paying my money's worth for it.
Okay, so sir, I'd like to give you a brief story of what air purifier market is today. So broadly, there are two types of purifiers available in the market today. One are HEPA filter purifiers, which are the ones you know as expensive purifiers, 15,000 ke 20,000 ke. The other are ion purifiers. Now, our biggest competitor today is ion purifiers in India due to their low cost. They are available in 5,000, 6,000. But there the thing comes in that they were banned in US and Europe recently because they emit ozone which causes lung irritation. We are expecting a ban in India as well, so that eliminates a competition there and then. And again, a comparative between the 15,000 product and a 1,500 product is not very just according to my opinion. What I can give you an advantage is that they are selling it at 15,000 because they have atrocious R&D cost, they have atrocious marketing cost. Like I said, that there is not a match between the price and the function of the purifier. It's that कि कौन ज्यादा marketing कर पा रहा है, कौन ज्यादा R&D कर रहा है, वो price बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं. And again, they are selling the product only on brand value. They're not selling it on product value. Nobody knows if a Philips purifier works, if a Dyson purifier works, or an MI purifier works. Nobody's checking. Nobody's like directly sniffing behind the purifier. So it totally comes down to the brand game and the market presence you have today. Yeah.
So I think let's like last word of caution is that the cost that is going up because of R&D, or the cost that goes up because of branding in the future, like you would also want to keep that into consideration. While I totally appreciate that you're trying to keep customer satisfaction as key when you're doing the pricing, but these things which are like R&D and branding do play a big role in the last end user actually going and paying the buck for what you're trying to offer.
Exactly.
I would like to add, me and Chetan sir were just discussing about the. See, you seem to be fixated on the fact कि ये बड़े लोग ऐसा सो रहे हैं और बड़े profits बना रहे हैं, etc. And I want to be the evangelist and the angel to save the world. It's a good thought, but can you also think, and this is just a thought we want to put in your mind, nothing right now to do about it. Can you also think of collaboration with those guys? If somebody has a model of 15,000 or 20,000 or 30,000. It is being pitched as a premium model, they would not want to disturb that by selling something at 3,000. So can you be in talks with them for some kind of a collaboration where they bring the Janta model which goes for 4,000. Your cost may be 2,000, your dream may be to sell it in 2,000, but that extra 2,000 is going to help you collaborate with a larger company, bring their marketing and R&D person, bring their IP and patent person with you, and they also get an entry in the market as a Janta model. So keep that as a thought, you don't yourself have to do everything. The big companies are looking at these kind of small collaborations which they run not directly under their brand, but in the same shop they may put as a different brand and continue doing it. So just a thought, just a feedback which we felt is while your passion is intact, there would be practical aspects that you would have to be aware of as you proceed. Okay, thanks.
Definitely, yes. So definitely, yes, sir. We'll be considering a better what I think is कि जैसे Tata आया था, Tata brought up Nano in India. It was very new that Tata brought up a very compact car, a very cheap car, a very economical car against the competitors. Tata brought up the Nano, Tata built their market, Tata built their brand name there. Uske baad they brought up Harrier and the expensive ones. So I also intend to take up a strategy like this कि पहले I bring up my air purifier version, then collaborate with other companies or bring up more advanced version of the air purifier with screens, touch screens, जो भी फलाना ढिमकाना they put in to increase the cost. वो करा जा सकता है definitely.
That's it. Done. Thank you so much, Arush. I must say you definitely will be taking care of the happiness of your customers because you yourself have such a happy face, such a smile.
Thank you.
Congratulations. All the very best for your Air Puro. We have the 4th team all decked up. Guys, are we ready?
Thank you.
Yes, let's hear it up for the 4th team. And as I say this, let me also remind you, we all are live on Facebook, on YouTube, so please go visit. Even right now, you can remove your phones, like, share, comments. Please show some love on the social media channels. And all this has been brought to you with the able guidance of our IT support. The 4th team, are we ready?
Pin. Yeah. Nine.
By the time we have the judges back, how many of you still wants to hear a story? A small, quick story. No one? That's embarrassing. I'll give it to you. I'll still tell you the story. We are taking a quick bio break. The judges are taking a quick bio break this week. So, how about a quiz? The answers will help you remove the TNGs. So we have the 5th team ready. We have the table ready. Table ready.
Rohan.
Can I have the discipline committee ensure that everybody is seated? We are beginning with the fourth presentation for the afternoon. Guys, settle down quick. Yes, we have the fourth team ready. Decked up? Everybody ready? Please come on stage. You don't want to follow my perfect with this? Okay, discipline committee, please ensure everybody is seated. Okay, great. Your 20 minutes starts. That is ready? Yes, great. Your 20 minutes starts now. Team T and EV. Okay, great.
An energetic evening to all present here, honorable judges and my co-endors. Like myself, Vishnu Rahul, is to present our product that is T and EV, that is Transformatic Network for Emergency Vehicles. So this is our timeline. We have started our project in 2019 as a school project and we are currently as a product. So that's the difference between 2019 and 2000 currently we are working on, and we have changed to different names from Smart City and we are currently working on T and EV. So what's the problem statement? Like if so I get an accident, suppose if there's a scenario, like what is a solution to save my life? It's only emergency vehicles, right? So that's our thing. So do you are aware of the emergency vehicles things? So stats says that according to Times of India report and World Road Statistics, India ranks among whole world, that's the third place of total road accidents. So from that we are getting a problem statement that 80% of death are caused due to delayed ambulance. So it's very cruel and it's of a huge, right? So current stats says, it's a 2016 stats, and current stats says that near about a day 21,000 people die overall India due to delayed ambulance. So I repeat it again, due to delayed ambulance. So why I'm repeating is that problem which is repeating still now. So that due to delayed ambulance is our problem statement, and we bring upon a network. Our network creates a solution between the create a network between stoplight signals, emergency vehicles, and the healthcare hospitals. So okay, let me keep up on a question like how much color of signals do you see currently in the stoplight signals? I can't hear you, a little bit louder, energetic. Okay, it's three, right? It's yellow, sorry, it's red, yellow or amber and green. So let's start teaching people and students and ourselves. It's going to be 4 within few years after the implementation of T and EV. So it's going to be, the fourth light is going to be blue. Why we are going to add blue? Let's look into it. So our solution, what does our product do? Our product is going to intimate the emergency vehicles in Priya. So that's the only solution to do, because we can't add a separate lane or an helicopter facilities like other countries does, because India is the most populated top cities in the world, right? So it's top countries in the world. So we are adding an thing to intimate in Priya, so that would help the emergency vehicles to save time in the traffic. So for example, let's keep a stretch of 0.5 kilometer crowded area in our traffic light junction. So we will intimate in Priya. For example, we have a backup system and a main system. Why do we need a backup system over here is that it involves life. So we can't take a risk over here, right? So we add a backup system to it. What our main system and backup system does, a main system consists of cloud architecture, which has a unique identification module in the emergency vehicle. So other vehicles cannot steal it, we prevent that. So we are going to intimate in prayer. For example, let's take an example. 2 kilometer stretch emergency vehicle is coming through. We will intimate by using cloud to the architecture of TNEV, and it will change into green as well as blue. Why do we add blue over here? In the sense, there are two reasons. First reason, while I am standing upon a path over there, I get confused that which direction the emergency vehicle is arriving, right? So you'll get confused and you'll get a panic. We have to move or they have to move. For that, we are adding a blue light, so which will let you know that if there is a siren and there is a blue light on your lane, emergency vehicle is arriving on your lane. So the second point is that you can assume there is no blue light and this system happens. Emergency vehicle is arriving and that letting it to green and people starts moving as per the rule. So there will be no thing that people does not know there's an emergency vehicle. So if so, there is a blue, people would quietly not rush up, they will get an awareness to that there is an emergency vehicle behind. We just have to leave way for them. Why do we do it in a prayer? So if we do it in a prayer, people would get time to move and clear the crowd over there, and before the emergency vehicle reaches the 0.5 kilometer crowded stretch, for example, it will be let it move free to go to the hospitals over there. According to stats, it says about 4 minutes it takes per signal junction emergency vehicle stuck into it. So according to another stats, like from reaching of the destination to hospital, it takes about 4 signals to cross. So it leads about 16 minutes, right? So we are saving over that. So our backup system also has of IoT devices, that's RFID reader as a backup system, and an antenna which is going to be placed in the stretch as customized in the 2 kilometer or 3 kilometer which is necessary, and RFID reader which will be connected through wire from antenna to the RFID through the stoplight signals, and it's going to be working as green and also blue. And like, is our problem and solution true? We need to analyze it, right? Of course, is our problem true? So we have went to several case studies in Tamil Nadu. We have talked with multi-specialty hospitals, casual doctors, and emergency vehicle drivers and owners. So we have come to a solution that, to be honest, there was no particular thing. They have asked a suggestion that if you can keep some other solution for, as I said, for the blue light purposes. So we then thought of keeping a blue light and we brought it into it as an add-on. So that's our unique solution proportion is going to be over there. So we have successfully done our studies. You can ask a question that why do hospitals need to buy our product? They can refuse it, right? We are going to make mandatory TNAV as to the whole of India. So how? We are going to make government as an influencers to make TNAV mandatory in every healthcare emergency vehicle hospitals. Emergency vehicle in the sense it can be ambulances, fire brigades, or like other Blue Cross vehicles and other vehicles, etc. So a hospital, while going to the case studies, hospital runs upon two things. We came to know that. So first thing is facilities, of course, and the other main half is the death ratio. So which hospital goes to the lowest death ratio, that's going to be the top hospitals over there. So our product is going to support that, right? So the hospitals would of course approach and they will buy our product, and we are going to make government as I said mandatory, because government has responsibilities to save each and every citizen's life over here. So like we have also successfully developed our proof of concept, and like we are currently working on prototype development. Since it involves stoplight signals with the government of India, so it's sensitive quite to approach into a real-time prototype. So it's not going to stop. We have planned to implement a first implementation prototype into our university, and we are proceeding for that. So this is the data. Like, of course, every business or things need data, like how much products are, like how much consumers are we are going to get, customers or like etc. So there are totally like 2,09,000 emergency vehicles, as I said, including everything. So we are going to sell it for like 2 lakh rupees. So our manufacturing price is going to be like 1,04,000, and the rest of the 6,000, like 90,000, we are going to profit from per emergency vehicle, and the 6,000 is going to be the implementation fee in the emergency vehicle. So like we are going to get an overall profit of like 1,818 crores over here, and like there are 19,000 stoplight signals currently in overall India. So this is an approximate value which consists of overall in pan India, not only a state or particular thing over here. So. And after implementation, what does it do after our product gets implemented? It would be set free for emergency vehicles to move much faster, so that the hospital doctors could take much more time for the treatment. For example, like we will see in the movies, right? If so, the patient would have come 1 minute ago, a life could be saved. It's just 1 minute for us, right? But it's a life matter over here. So we save the time. And this is the thing, and the huge advantage after implementation is that we are going to save precious lives over here. and a business model canvas. Our key partners are not going to be like AI engineers. Since I am from the domain of artificial intelligence and data science, we are not going to take key partners from that. We are going to take triple engineers are going to work from here, civil engineers, IT sectors, and like every maximum engineers are going to work. So we'll get more manpower and like we'll get more job opportunities for people. And who are going to be our customers? Government of India and like hospitals are going to be our customers. You can ask a question that is that possible to make government of India as a customer, because it has a huge background to approach them, right? So we have already started our approach with the Deputy Commissioner Traffic and Commissioner in the city of Tamil Nadu, that is Coimbatore. So we have already spoke with them, our pitched product, they are really happy about it, and they are said that though your project and idea is extraordinary, you need something to prove that to implement in real, right? So that we are planning our first implementation. So after only our successful first implementation, we are going to proceed to approach the government of India. So what's the cost? Where we are going to use our amount over here, in the sense the cloud. Cloud costs really hard to that, and buying of products, that's our costing. And like revenue, where are we going to get revenue from here? First is product sales. Selling into the government of India's stoplight signals and like hospitals, emergency vehicles for the main and backup system. We are going to sell it as a package about the like bind system, backup system, and also the blue light. You can ask a question like adding a blue light to the current system is a barrier to the government. No, of course we are stopping it by having a blue care team separately which handles the maintenance and implementation team, so that they would take care about the adding a blue light over there, so that would reduce, that would not give a burden to the government of India. So our key resources is like stoplight signals and emergency vehicles, and we have done our intellectual patent just filed over here, and we are proceeding and waiting for it. And like our several case studies and literature service has been successfully done. And like every business needs its SWOT analysis, right? Of course, SWOT analysis is important for every business product. Our strength, what's our strength is going to be? We are going to save precious lives over here. So that is our greatest strength over here. And like weakness, as I said, in the backup system, laying wires from RFID antenna to the reader in the stoplight signal, is it a is it a weakness over here? Not exactly, because like IoT devices can change due to any climatical conditions in the rare case. So we are adding a wire to prevent that too. So what's the opportunity over here? Opportunity, TNAV is neither a business nor an innovation. It's an opportunity to save precious lives over here. And finally, like threat. What's the threat over here? Of course, we need to look upon to it, right? Cyber attacks and power cut. Our system is going to be adding an overlay to the current system, that is adaptive signal control technologies, the current traffic system going on. So if so, that cuts a power over there, that will be a greatest threat to our product, and cyber attacks is a greatest threat which we are working on to recover from them. And a noun strategy. Of course, to approach a government, it's quite tough, and we need to prove that we are different and unique from other competitors, right? Because of course there will be competition for each and every product. Our competitor is currently, direct competitor is Green Corridor system, which is going upon in our Tamil Nadu. So that's a thing which is manually going to clear by using walkie-talkie. There is an emergency vehicle is coming to the next of your signal. So that's not quite possible, because man can make mistake, of course, right? And some people does not follow it too. So our system is an automated thing which leads them, and the indirect competitors like intellectual patent endeavors and others are the indirect competitors. So we have 5 uniqueness to prove from them, or like compensate from them. As I said, like a blue light and backup system, as I explained, and the blue chest. What's the blue chest going to be? It's a heart of our TNAV product, which is going to control everything in our features. So T dashboard. What is T dashboard? It's a technical dashboard which is going to show navigations to it. Why do we need to show navigations? We are getting unique thing that if the example is showing a nearby hospital over there, if there will be a AI monitoring camera in the blue chest, and there will be an ECG thing too in our patient's hands. Why do we need that? It will be sensing that if so, that is an bleeding case, the AI monitoring camera will judge to a technical dashboard, it will show suggestions to a casualty hospital. If so, there's a double heartbeat, it will be a pregnancy case, that will be a specialty hospital. You can ask that, if so, we have to follow only that? No, it can be also manually changed in case of any scenarios. And the technical dashboard will show suggestions which hospital is nearby, which does have high low traffic, and which is specialization for that too. and Blue Care. As I said, Blue Care is our products maintenance and implementation team overall India. What does it we have an advantage over our thing is that because like every product after selling, if we need to love that product, we need a better and pakka service for it, right? So our Blue Care does a perfect service, and we are giving an advantage that we are going to also maintain the current system also. That's the greatest advantage of Blue Care team over here. And this is our team. Myself, Vishnu Raha, founder and CEO of T&EV. So we are of 4 actually, like Somnath and Shafik, and other person is not over here. And Shafik is over here. He's the CTO of our team and co-founder. So actually, let's go to multimedia support. So that would be better if you view the visuals.
We have developed a prototype model to explain our solution statement. In TNAV, we have an unique blue light, which is an added feature over DCS. The blue light allows you to know the arrival of emergency vehicle, which can able to know the arrival of emergency vehicle. When the blue light turns on, all the other sides gets red, and automatically the next signals get green and blue until the emergency vehicle reaches the hospital. This creates as a network between emergency vehicle, traffic signals, and the hospital.
Okay, coming about the feasibility part, you can ask like in India there will be like some possibilities of like approaching 2 or 3 emergency vehicles at a time, like that would be possible. So we are having a data structures flow over that for a law, like first in and first out, which approaches a first in and which has a critical case. So that goes a law over here. And finally, I conclude that all innovations and implementation of idea means human life. So thus our TNEV's idea is to save precious lives and human lives by saving time and implementing TNAV. Soon into your signals, and let's hope for the good. Thank you so much for the extraordinary opportunity. I waited for the questions.
You put finger on the problem. I'm sure about it. But apart from the technology solution which you are thinking about, you're not looking at actual challenges in terms of deploying that solution practically. Is my observation. Because see, the signals which you have shown, which are horizontal, lane by lane signal, that is not the scenario across the country. That is the first scenario. So it is actually going to be legislation change to a lot of things which will be required, and that needs to come in the entire feasibility is my personal comment on that.
Yes, sir, like getting into it, actually we're working upon it in the case studies. We have just completed a South India case study, so we're coming to North India and like, for example, like hairpin bends or like curve shaped and 3 junctions over there, and you're asking that, right? We are working on it and we have uploaded that too in our concern, and we're doing it, sir. Not only for the junctions or like things over there.
The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I would like to say that. So
Yes.
we have taken up a big journey. It's not going to be an overnight transformation. It's going to take years and years and years of implementation, but it has to start somewhere. And I think your idea is pointing into that direction. What can be done to solve this problem? Many Westerners who come into India always criticize about, like you said, really, why do patients take so much time? Why can't they have a separate lane? They are not aware of the complexities of an Indian society. If I don't reach in time, I'll miss my train, bus, train. Patient is the accident in a way. Sorry to say, but that's how it is. Right. So you have put a point, like I said, perfectly spot on. You have started in the right direction. Some questions I have because I know the overall solution is going to be too large. I don't expect you to have answers to everything today. But I'll say last 2-3 years you have been consistently working on it, so that itself calls for a great those from outside. Who bears the cost of what was my question? You mentioned something like 2 lakh. Now is that something which is a 2 lakh per hospital or
2 lakh per emergency vehicle.
2 lakh per vehicle?
Yes, sir. For the implementation, like it includes backup.
I would like to challenge that cost, not here right away. That's something which will just not fly probably. Putting 2 lakhs to get a fast lane, because finally it's a cost game. Somebody is paying for it, somebody will go and take it from the customer's pocket. Hospital is not, or the ambulance driver is not going to put from his pocket, right?
Yes, sir.
So somewhere the costing starts getting loaded on the end customer for all these things. So there is a huge impact for huge opportunity to optimize that cost. Not more than 10,000 is what I have. And targets like these have to be taken very aggressively. If you start with a bottom-up approach that this is my material, this is my something, this is my something, this is my profit, therefore 2 lakhs, it will never fly. You have to take targets like, can I make it in 10,000 or can I make it in 15,000 max? Then only such things will fly. Otherwise, if India is a country of jugaad, if something comes in 2 lakhs, somebody else will create a Jalandhar model in 2,000.
Yes, sir.
Right? So we have to be aware of these things when we put up a visibility to what we have been discussing. Second thing is, are you holding it in, when you say data and it's all about technology, data and sense. So there are a lot of GPS solutions today, which figure out the position. You can track a vehicle, you can track a cargo from here to Coimbatore, and all kinds of things are already visible. So I don't suppose that there is some huge technological innovation that you are bringing in this website, except the concept itself is very nice. Now you are young, you are naive, so there is a very, very remote and real, there is a very real possibility that your concept will be hijacked once you go to the government. Right? Because the moment you present it to the government, the information is in public domain, and there are so many vested interests that play out there, somebody will very easily hijack the whole agenda. So we need to have some sponsor, mentor, godfather in the government machinery, then only it is worth pursuing this kind of a initiative. Otherwise, we hand it over to somebody, NGO or some bigger player, and then we be a part of that larger team rather than doing it all on yourself. So I'll say the idea is phenomenal. It will take a lot of time to impact the actual society. You are on the right track, but from the implementation perspective, it's too early. Keep a focus on the cost, because that's going to be the prohibitive factor if you have to load it per vehicle. Second thing is, a city and that's it. Keep pushing that one city for the next 2 years. Don't even think beyond that first city. Unless you go in a complete, from south you go to a north territory, pick up one city at the most. Do not go beyond 1, 2 or 3 cities at the max, because moving the machinery is a phenomenally difficult task. So I'm not saying it's impossible task, but once you are into the groove, you start understanding the nuances of what it takes to move. You'll mature further. Thank you.
Like I will answer your questions, taking upon the part of revenue, like our cost structure, we will definitely look into it and come to a lowest as possible. And like as you said, starting from a single city, we have already approached to the government as in Coimbatore city, and they need some recognitions and first implementation of that. So after a successful implementation, surely we will work upon first in Coimbatore city and Tamil Nadu, and we have our implementation into 6 phases. We have split it into 6, and we will work on it for sure.
I'll suggest you go to your, rather than going to your current implementation partner officer in the government mechanism, that is not the ultimate position. So I'll suggest you try and reach higher level authorities.
Sir, yes sir, of course, IIT Delhi's head incubation center and innovation head Alu Panti, we have already spoke with him, and while presenting our idea, he's really loved, and he himself will going to help to approach into the government side. So we have already done it, sir.
2 comments I'll give you. See, Mr. Gadkari, our minister, his subject is very close to his heart. So try and find the way to make that. Second mentor who the subject is very close to his heart. There is an actual thing. Ashwin Dissilwa. He is very keen on be happy to mentor you. Yes, sir. So there is a global CTO organization, and that is CTO on the digital side, but he is keen because his mother lost her life on the way. That is the reason why he is very keen on mentoring this particular topic.
So I think one of the things that's highlighted, it's a very emotional area, right? For people who've been through that, or on both sides, people who've lost either people or people who've saved people also value this proposition more, and they're everywhere, right? In every walks of life, from top to bottom, you'll find everyone, and especially people who go through brain strokes. There is a limited amount of time for you to reach the hospital in which you can reverse everything. Right? So those are the areas where you'll find the application. But my larger thought to you guys is, yes, I mean, it's about punching above weight, and that's exactly what this project is, in my opinion. But you need somebody to ask the question for everyone else to keep knocking, and you don't know which one's going to actually put the door down, right? Just to give you a personal example on something that we were building, right? So we were trying to build not just myself, a larger team. The payments platform, right? You have Paytm, you have BharatPay, etc. Right? All of us started the journey together. No one knew who's the first person who's going to actually commercialize it and make it in the biggest way possible. And then you know that there are about 2 or 3 players who probably dominate, and it's going to become a capital game thereon. But the way we whatever we built along the way was something that we were identifying, right? So what you've built is probably traffic systems wherein you'll be analyzing a lot of data patterns. So your data analysis is one, your traffic system is one, and then the traffic signals in India is controlled by a platform called CMS, right? Which is the traffic signal platform, right? So those people will be your largest customers because your automatic implementation across the country happens. What happened to our payment platform is the government of India took our payment platform and said that your payment platform basically judges NPAs, and the platform is called Capita World, and it got branded as online PSB loans, and it is mandatory for all PSB banks in the country to run every single NPA via our platform. So what started as a payment platform is currently now judging all of India's MSME loans, right? So what could start as a emergency vehicles platform could go into data mining, could go into data analytics, or even marketing for that matter of fact. Like the way highways are built, they are built on ROI, right? So be aware of what you are building because you're working on a lot of things. The amount of effort you put on prototype, the amount of effort you've put on the software is quite commendable. So be aware and be ready to pivot if the time comes.
Sure, sir.
One point to add, that's what you're saying is, since the problem space and the solution space is very wide, you may end up being the device provider for all you know. Because implementing it, getting it, going to Delhi 20 times and getting some legislations passed and all is too much to do. Your strength is technology, your strength is the idea. So you may also want to see what is the device, which is the heart of all of this, and can the device be proprietary, some proprietary algorithms can be built or something around that. And also try to search around the world what is happening, because I'm sure many things are happening around the world around for these.
We have analyzed some of them.
So just put that as your focus area, because moving the government machinery is going to take a long time. Your interest needs to be sustained for those areas.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Team PNEV.
Yes, sir.
He's doing a lot of work.
It's we actually, we after coming to Pune, we are from Tamil Nadu actually, we saw a separate lane for bus transports over here, but we didn't know that was a separate lane, so it was amazing for us to know the separate lane, so we'll definitely look into it and work on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. May we have the last team for today's finalist. Team Alien Innovations, please come up on the stage. Hope you are decked up. The PPT is ready. Is that a prototype that you're carrying with you? Oh wow, great. Okay. Please. All yours, 20 minutes, timer is ready.
Thank you. Hi, good evening everyone. I'm Ravi Kiran, founder of Alien Innovations. I'm pursuing my first year robotics from Pune University, Vadodara, and my startup is based out of Hyderabad. Okay, so Alien Innovations. Yeah, so before my presentation, I would like to say how I got here on the stage. Someone called my name, Dipesh Bhai gave me a mic. I see 4 steps there. I can see a podium, a monitor. I just came here saying it's empty here. So what if I don't, how it works? Like my eyes was able to see, it communicated with my brain and my body acted accordingly. What if I don't have my eyes? So then someone need to tell that my name is, I can hear that my name is called. Then someone need to give me mic, I don't know who the person is. Then someone has to guide me saying there are 4-5 steps upwards. Then someone again has to guide me that there's a monitor, podium and the stage is empty and I can walk freely. Still if I don't have eyes, still I have to keep my hands up in the sky to detect if anything is there. So to make the person with visually impaired person self-dependent, I have come up with something. So let me start. Alien Innovations is my startup name. So Alien Innovations is a startup when I started when I was in 9th class at 15 years old. So it was just a kind of team, my school project. I didn't think of a startup or anything because I had no idea about what a startup is at when I was in 9th class. So after going to competitions, someone suggested me can start up. Then I started the journey. So now we are a research startup where we make we make device for the visually impaired people to make them self-dependent. So here is the problem that I have identified. There are more than 62 millions of Indian population are visually impaired and they are not giving the proper opportunity that the normal people get. For example, Srikant Bala is an industrialist. He was not given an opportunity to write his board exam because he was visually impaired. And the personal problem that I have identified is the visually impaired people keep their hands up in the sky to detect the objects before hitting to them. So I want to make them self-dependent so that they don't need to depend on others to grab the opportunities that the normal people get, and want to include them in the mainstream of the society. And one more is I want to make them walk freely like how we walk with hands in pocket or carrying something in their hands. So here comes the solution. It's a wearable spectacle device. I call it Blind Eye. It can, these are the features of the device. It can read anything. I can say all the Indian languages I have included. I have tried with more than 15 languages personally, and it can also tell that you are going to read that particular language. If I am reading Marathi, it will tell that you are going to read Marathi and starts reading for them. And it's also given the surrounding alert. For suppose I want to know what's happening in front of me. When I turn on that particular feature, the device will tell there are more than 10 peoples. There are more than 10 peoples in front of you. I guess you are in an auditorium with multiple chairs. So I can get an idea that I am in this place. If I want to know what's in my other side, when I turn on the feature, it will say there's a podium, no person with a monitor. And it also helps them in navigation. If I want to go from out of the auditorium, the device will tell there's a wall, go left or right. I know that there's a wall, now I have to turn. The device will still suggest them if still there's a wall, the device will tell them to go the obstacle free side. And it also recognizes the face. If we say the data of our family members or the persons whom we want to recognize with their names, we can say, and the device will recognize the person with their name and expressions as well. And for others, it will tell that the count of the people. For suppose there are 3 guests, unknown guests, and one is our father. It will tell your father and 2 other persons are standing in front of you. It gives the count of the unknown person with the name of the person. So it's with all these features, it makes them self-dependent. They don't need to depend on anything. For suppose if they want to hold a water, they need to get the water bottle. And they can command the device with audio command saying that my water bottle please. Then the device will only focus on water bottle. How we just focus on when we want to pick up our mobile phone, we only focus on mobile phone, not on the other objects that are on the table. The device will just works on the same algorithm that it will only focus on the water bottle, will ignore all the objects, and if the water bottle is detected, it will tell that your water bottle is in front of you. So with all these features, this device includes the visually impaired people into the mainstream. So I'm at the prototyping stage, and this one is my first prototype. It can only help them to go obstacle free. And this one is the second prototype. It can read only English language, can help them walk obstacle free, and can recognize the people. So I have made such 3 prototypes and gave through 3 different backgrounds, visually impaired people. They use the device for more than 15 days. And this is the third prototype that I have right now. It can read all the Indian languages. It can detect anything, the count of the people, name of the people, also objects, and can read multiple languages. To make them more self-dependent, I have developed a wireless charging station. Normally, we charge our mobile with USB. It's USB. We use the USB cables, so they don't need to depend on other people, their family members, to charge the device for them. They just need to place the device on their just beside their bed to charge it. And here are some of the photos of the testing. These 2 persons are from my own district. They were able to. These 2 persons are the visually impaired people by their birth and presently working in government schools from my own district. They were able to read the notebooks and also textbooks of the schools. And the third one, and this person is a 12th graduate from one of the blind school from Hyderabad. He was able to read his question paper, which he has wrote in his 12th exam. And this is the first feedback that I got from my user. And it's a small video, I will play it later. And I'm 5 times national winner from such competitions like B-Plan, Tech Expos from IIT Guwahati, Infosys, Bangalore, and 3-4 award winners like Social Entrepreneur of the Year. And recently we were featured in the Google website for the second top student startups from that was conducted in Mumbai. I'm recently awarded with Innovative Startup of the Year from Telangana IT Association in Hyderabad. And there are more. I can't add them in my pitch deck, so I didn't add them. It will go behind 30 slides. So more than that, what matters for me being a startup is we had pilot testing with more than 15 users and more than 35 students. So overall more than 50 users. So I had a pilot testing at T-Works. T-Works is the India's largest prototyping center where I am a hobbyist. They won't pay me, but they give the access to everything that they have to like make anything as I'm a hobbyist there. And had a trial test there and positive feedbacks from 3 different categories. And also the last one is a demo at LV Prasad Eye Institute. It gave me a really strong feedback that there I have seen a device that is costing 3,80,000 and it's only reading and recognizing the people. And that's also giving output after 7 to 8 seconds. And my device is giving output in milliseconds. Just we need to turn on the device. It's use everything. We just need to give the voice comments. It's just use the output in milliseconds, just like how we blink our eyes. And the cost is also, my device will cost less than 15,000 and 20,000 including all the packaging and wireless charging station. So coming to cost and accuracy, my device is 12 times faster than the marketing existing product. And for now I have only 3 major goals to make the final version. As you have seen in previous photos, it's something like half of the VR set. Now I am making my own customized PCB. It's a 8 layers PCB that just looks like our normal double size of our normal specs. So they don't need to carry such kind of bulky thing. It will be just a 12 layers PCB, just the double size of our normal specs. And to get the prototype validation and to get a pilot testing from like all the backgrounds that I am going to sell. And I am Ravi, 18 years old, first year engineering student, founder of L Innovations. I have also worked on robotics, especially in bipedal and humanoid robots. 2 of my robots are going to work in the exhibition that is going to conducted in July by All India Robotics Association International Robotics Summit in Hyderabad. And this is my team. G. Radkishan is onboarded with, he holds 10% of the startup and I hold 90% of the startup. Remaining 3 are the person who has like helped me from my starting. Yeah, thank you. I just add to one more thing. As our chief guest has mentioned that we need to see the sympathy, like the pain, but I have not seen the pain, I have seen the happiness. I just made the device just like I was a student, just a hobbyist. I made the project just for kind of to make the innovative thing something. I don't know that it can also impact the society. I even don't know that, but at that age. So I just made the prototype. I went to one of the person from my own just to see whether it works or not. I just went to the person from my own district. He used the device, and the other lady who was also a visual impaired and he's working as a government teacher in my own district. The smile and the happiness, the anxiety, the words she just told me, just I didn't even sleep for next 2 days. I was just dreaming why she just felt so happy that I was carrying this device from 1.5 years and I didn't feel anything. But that lady was just completely full of joy by after using that device. So that the smile, the happiness that made me to make the device into a final product and make something out of it so that they can be benefited. So I have seen the happiness and I want to see the happiness in such millions of, only the target is 62 millions of people in of India. And coming to my financial background, I got more than 2.5 lakhs as cash prize from different competitions and recently got the mighty grants from Alif Bihab AIC Hyderabad. And Jindal has recently on this International Braille Day on January 4th, Jindal has given me 1 lakh as an appreciation grant from the CSR Activities 12. And they are also ready to donate 150 devices when the final version is ready. And also Infosys is ready to donate 100 devices on the launch day. So something like that, my prototype is undergoing. I'm making a final version. It will be done by the end of April or may extend to may extend to May. So by the end of May, I will be ready with the validations. I guess certification is going to take time. So once the certification gets, I'm going to launch the device on with the more than 300. Presently, I have orders more than 300 devices in my hand. All the 60 users are ready to buy the present prototype, but I'm not ready to give them this product because it's not the final version. I don't want to put them, I don't want to break that smile in their faces. Yeah, thank you. I have a small video, it's a 2 minutes video.
This Mr. Ramkiran prepared this blind eye device is cooperating well.
All 3 sides free to go. Go front or right side. All 3 sides free to go. All 3 sides free to go. Go front or right side. Go left or right side. All 3 sides free to go.
That's right.
Go front or left side. Volume, fill, issue, 7AE. Also submitted in flow time.
The final prototype looks like this. I can't turn on the device because I had no idea about this will be the final presentation. I thought morning session was the final presentation, so I just disconnected it from the battery inside because I have to travel to Vadodara again. Open for question answers.
Why is your company's name is Alien in our industry?
two reasons. First is alien means that doesn't exist on it, and I want to make the innovation that doesn't exist on it. And also in my school, my teachers and my friends used to call me alien because I never used to attend my classes. I used to in labs as well. So whenever I go, they used to like refer themselves whether it's a lab or class, and also I mostly attended my exams only. Even in my board exams, I attended only for 1 or 1.5 months.
Your second answer is better.
What is the, have you filed for some IPs patent?
Yeah, recently, like 2 weeks back.
It is filed, right? Otherwise, before you leave Pune, I'll connect it to somebody, you have to file it. So, if you have filed it, nice. Second is, you have a team or are you alone doing all?
Presently, I am doing alone, but how to start building team in April?
Boss, you have done something fantastic. I'm sure you are aware of what you are doing, but this is just fantastic. What I'll suggest, just one suggestion is those 60 people who are willing to use your existing version of the prototype, give it to them. Don't wait for the final launch. The product will keep refining itself. Wait kam ho jayega and all kinds of things will happen, right? Don't wait for the final product. You have 60 people willing to use it. You have something that you can give to those people. Give it. While by the time you are ready for your bigger launch, you will start having feedback from those 60 people. Now, there would be using challenges. There will be usability challenges technically. It may not be challenges, there may be improvements. Like I said, for a retail customer, convenience matters the most. So using this, there will be some inconveniences. Try to capture them as early as possible so that you do not involve the rework once you launch. Okay, so just go with it. I think you have a phenomenal thing in the making. Everything else will fall in place. I'm sure. So, nothing more to add here.
Yes, thank you.
So there is a possible somebody, his name is Milind Joshi, he's out of Thane. His daughter is blind since birth. He's doing phenomenal work and he'll be more than happy to actually connect all the required dots. He'll be more than willing to help mentors.
So I mean, I don't know, so you obviously know what you are onto and what you're doing, but as most founders, you get so attached to what you're building. Sometimes you are aware, you become unaware of the other aspects of the business, right? So it's one thing building a great product, it's another thing you're building a great business, right? So that's why I mean, sir's first question is, do you have a team, right? Because you know your product and you know what are the various iterations that you go. Because the first thing when you look at your prototype one, you naturally know that it has to come to as less as your classes sizes, right? And that's exactly what you're working on. You're working on languages and you're working on many other things that's important from innovation standpoint. Businesses, go to market, distribution, all of the other things which I believe you should have a team around, etc. If you all be willing to pursue this, you know. And I think whatever accolades you've received, that's I think validation enough to say that you should pursue this, right? And choose your partners, right? I think all of us and like a lot of people who would be well wishers for the cause and also the innovation can help you connect with people, can help you, reach out. But what you wish to do with your brand is something that you should know. So
Yeah.
that's my advice.
So coming to team, I have like whole Telangana ecosystem is ready to help me, and they probably helped me from 2019. They have spent more than 5 lakhs of electronics equipment from T-Works. So even I have shared my teams, they help me in making business models, SWOT analysis, everything that I have to submit to my incubation center for the grant that I got. But I have a team, but it's not a proper team, I can say. I have like people from ecosystem to help me. If I tell them to help me with the business plan or SWOT analysis, they are like help me till overnight also. But I don't have a proper team. That's the issue.
Don't wait or don't invest your energy into all these business plans, formalities, etc. Just push them all aside. What you have or what point you have reached today is a proof itself that this will, this can scale up. So don't, I'll say, digress your efforts into creating pitches and that will all happen. You just stand in front of any investor today or you stand in front of any. So the focus area right now, you mentioned CSRs, right? So there are huge funds in CSR, there are huge causes that can be taken up and they are waiting for something like this to come their way. So the idea is forget everything else and start meeting maximum number of high value CSR funds everything else will start falling in place. Mentors will come, they'll help you to set up whatever is required, manufacturing facilities. I mean, a lot of things need to be done, obviously, from where you are today to scale to say 10,000 production capacity per year, or 1 lakh production capacity per year. But if you have to do that in a year or 2 years, you have to reach 1 lakh or 10 lakh units of production. A lot of things are going to be required. Okay, and for that, like you said, the ecosystem cannot just be of well-wishers. It has to be a business ecosystem. It will have traders, go-to-market people, market retailers, all kinds of people. And so you have to latch on to something big, somebody good in the retail space as your partner, in whichever way. Otherwise, meet Mr. Modi in next 6 months. Gujarat mein hi baithe ho, kahin na kahin se jao, milo. Because it has to be addressed at that level so that it can impact in the next 2 years. Otherwise, if we spend 10 years trying to build abhi 10 banaye, fir 500 kiye, and so on and so forth, you will be wasting a phenomenal opportunity that is in front of you.
And that's the second reason for why I joined Power University, just to launch the device with Modi. Because I had a lot of offers from my own state already.
Yeah, absolutely. So the point is, how are you going to cope up with the speed? You alone will be insufficient, and only well-wishers, even people like us, will not be putting their hands in the mud along with you. So you need people who will dirty their hands, people who have got 10, 15, 20 years of experience if required from different parts of the industry, be it manufacturing, be it R&D, be it quality control, they'll start playing a big role once you go into the actual production. So get in touch with some real big, either an entity who can co-partner this with you, or set up a team as fast as you can, take some very good funding, I don't know, maybe 2 million, 5 million, that level of funding, and start working on it right away. Don't now try to refine the product, because Hridaynath Mangeshkar को आप जब मिलते हो तो उनका गाना सुनने के बाद he always says कि वो मन आज ठीक नहीं लगा. But 99% of the audience is extremely happy and they don't even know what that मन ठीक नहीं लगा is, right?
Exactly.
So don't wait for that final product is what I'm saying. Go with the flow.
Yes, thank you, sir. And thank you the whole team for making the presentation and making me to come here from the long way of Hyderabad. No, it's nothing. I disconnected the battery. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Wish you Godspeed growth, Ravi. In fact, I got goosebumps when I saw that, the blind parent was able to recognize his son. I'm sure as parents, we will be willing to pay our life's worth just to see our loved ones. So wish him a Godspeed growth. Okay, that's it. That's it. The end of the finale 5 presentations. Now over to you back, Somen and Shubhangini, who are eagerly waiting. And I'll request the judges. I'll be coming down. We'll be having a small discussion, and then we'll get to the results.
Thank you, sir. And once again, a huge round of applause for fantastic decline competition.
Well, Sumain, this is the finale, but I'm sure every participant and the organizers have gone through a real roller coaster ride to make it to the finale.
Yes, Shubhangi, I can't even imagine the kind of anxiety, nervousness, and strong zeal of victory that they would be having today. So let's witness the making of Indiapreneur 12.0. With this, we now present you an AV. Now, we would like to introduce our judges for finale. Mr. Shreyash Hegde, co-founder of Viral Vision, Sir started his corporate journey with Norma as investment banker, and this opened his vision to the world of finance. In 2020, Sir co-founded Viral Vision with a vision to bridge the gap between the youth, the experience they need to begin their career. Viral Vision is a culmination of Sir's struggle of finding his first entry into the world of work and his passion to build innovative solutions. At Viral Vision, Sir wears the CEO along with being the co-founder, and his major focus areas are strategic insights and key project integration along with brands growth and expansion. Please join hands to welcome Mr. Shreyash Hegde. Sir,
Thank you so much, guys. I think, firstly, I think we should all put our hands together for both the hosts today. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. So thank you, guys, for having me over here, the management, the whole team over here. It was a fantastic evening. I think all the presentations were with great confidence. I mean, if I were to write a note to myself when I was 17, I would watch you guys more often. So, as a young, founder, this is my third stint at founding something. I've already found something, sold it, went, did a job, came back and said, I've experienced both enough to say that, now I've chosen a path that I want to commit to, and that's what passion is, right? So, passion, purpose, and eventually potential is what I look at. The three things that I would like to say to you guys is, one is verification, followed by validation, and then focus on valuation. What is verification? Verification is essentially, if you believe in a concept, just make sure that your research is thorough, right? That's number one. Number two is validation, is testing it across a small critical mass, right? Because capital becomes a barrier, technology becomes a barrier, team becomes a barrier, many other things will become barriers. That's what small level validation is for, and eventually speak about valuation. Because if you verified your research, you validated your proposition, then you're the right person to value it, right? And that's exactly what I've followed in all of my startups, and so do we at Viral Vision as well. A small story about Viral Vision. When we were building this company, we said, we want to work with the best brands, and we had 10 brands on our screen that we want to work with. We had Facebook, we had Instagram, we had Netflix, all the companies that you said that these are companies that we want to work with, and we had a vision board of that. And we followed that, and 15 months from when we launched, we worked with all of the brands that we had put on the board, right? We said we have arrived. But at that point in time, the question comes, are you profitable, right? So the question or the cat and mouse situation of what your goal and vision is will always change. If you're profitable as a company, the question will come, are you too comfortable and do you need to push? So the overall goal I would like to set, or ask all entrepreneurs to have, is of push and pull. When you're pushing, you make sure you're pushing your boundaries far enough. But when you're pulling back for sustainability. So do not lose the pull on sustainability, but do not lose the hunger of pushing yourself further and further. Thank you so much, guys.
thank you so much, sir, for sharing your amazing story of Viral Vision.
Our second finale judge of the day is Mr. Shashank Pradhan, founder and CEO of Fundgenie. Sir is founder CEO of Fundgenie.com, a global marketplace for business finance, debt finance, equity funding, mergers and acquisition, with more than 35 years of experience in local and global markets in IT, ITES, and communication. Sir founded ICEX Pro, a global business networking community with over 50,000 plus global experts. Sir has been associated with 2,500 plus startups, 4,000 plus scale-ups. We are so happy to have you, sir. We request you to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you for inviting me. And actually, one of the things which comes to my mind is, instead of Indiapreneur, your DNA is Indira Proneur. There is a entrepreneurship is actually in the DNA. So how that name came about, I'm not sure about it. See, actually, I come with about, as I said in my introduction, 35 years, IT, local, global, all of that. As a passion, I'm expert of nothing. So what I started doing is collating experts. Since 2009, I started collating experts, which are about 50,000 global experts are part of the network. I continued working with startups and scale-ups, and therefore I'll be able to actually give almost a mentor or 2-3 mentors in every walk of the life. It could be a technology, it could be industry, it could be anything from the group which I have called ICS Pro. Okay? And three announcements I would like to do. One is all the finalists, I will be happy to actually give my platform complimentary if they are looking at fundraise. My platform you can visit called fundgenie.com, and you can actually, I will ensure that finalists are able to raise their funds using my platform. One. Second announcement I would like to make is for all the participants. I'll be happy to actually give very deep discounted on the platform. Even if you don't afford, I don't mind giving complimentary access to the platform fundgenie.com, which is today it has about 1700 users, and through them there is access to 170,000 investors. So my journey of ICS Pro, while working with entrepreneurs, I realized whether startup, scale up, Mukesh Ambani, Elon Musk, everyone needs funds to grow. And that is the birth of Fundgenie as a platform. I'm not a finance guy, but I actually help accelerate the funding requirement through my platform. That is always actually the key of the platform. And I have been, actually going for multiple business presentations, including NITI. Last week I was in another thing. But the kind of energy and participation which I saw today, I have never seen before, even in NITI. Thank you all. I will not take much of your time. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your inspiring and wonderful experience.
So the time has arrived, of which you all were waiting for. The time to announce the winner of Indiapreneur 12.0. May I please request Tarita ma'am, Chetan sir, Madhuri ma'am, Kumain sir, our chief guest and finale judges to come upon stage to do the honor.
So we'll be announcing the second runner-up first. Any guesses? Second runner-up for Indiapreneur 12.0 is?
The second runner-up is Team Virafit, Netaji Subhash, University of Technology, Delhi.
Team Virafit, second runner-up for Indiapreneur 12.0. Give it up. The second runner-up gets a cash prize of 20,000 rupees from Indira School of Business Studies, PGDM. And now is the time for announcing the first runner-up for Indiapreneur 12.0. Any guesses? Can it be more louder?
No? Any guesses? The first runner-up is the Kingmakers, Indian Institute of Technology.
Team Kingmakers, first runner-up. Congratulations. Run. You're the first runner-up. And now the winner.
This is the Natu moment. It's the Indian innovators.
The winner also gets the fabulous Indiapreneur 12.0 trophy and a fully feature-loaded laptop. Can the claps get louder? Can we now have all the winners come closer for a group quick? Let's hear it up for the winners of Indiapreneur 12.0, where passion meets potential. Thank you so much.
Of course, I can't let the winner go with my philanthropic instincts. I cannot let it go just like that. So once your machine is ready and in the market, I'm going to buy 100 of them and distribute them to 100.
This 100 device order is more than this prize and everything. Because for me, this winning, more than this winning and prize and laptop, this giving, seeing the happiness in the blind people is my main target. Thank you.
Congratulations to all the winners.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Shikha Sindhu, Deputy Director, ISBS PGDM, to give vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Oh, जोश समझती हूँ किस चीज का है जिंदगी की थी दूर तक निकल पड़े, जिंदगी मिली नहीं तजुर्बे बहुत मिले. So I believe the tajurba that all our participants got here today at this platform was worth their time, energy and efforts. Was it? Thank you so much for the validation. Indiapreneur, as I stand here, very proud and relieved, Kumain sir will agree, very proud and relieved having successfully culminated the 12th edition of Indiapreneur. It is a very unique event, and I say unique because it's just not a competition wherein 5 teams come present and we announce first, second or third. By Indiapreneur, we have been creating an ecosystem. So yesterday we had entrepreneurship lecture series wherein these accomplished entrepreneurs came and shared their success and failures with our students and inspired them. 2 of them said that they would like to collaborate with each other. Last year, when 5 teams made a presentation on this very stage, 3 of them got funding in this auditorium itself. Today, Tarka ma'am just now made an announcement. Sir, rendered his support to our participants. So that is what I mean when I say we are creating a whole ecosystem of entrepreneurs, and here at ISBS PGDM at IGI, doing our bit in making our nation a bit more Atmanirbhar. So for that, we are really proud of the initiative that we took and have been keeping up the promise. And this is a very unique event also because it requires synergy of energy of many people, and how can we not express our heartfelt gratitude to these many people. So I tell you how the journey starts. Our very competent internal team, they reach out to several colleges across the nation, of course, to get entries, and as Kumendra sir mentioned in his address today, about 200 teams had applied for this edition of Indiapreneur this year, and out of those 200 teams, we reach out to mentors, capable mentors who are willing to contribute their time and energy to this endeavor of ours. Not an easy job to do, but yes, जब आपका intent अच्छा होता है तो लोग and support आपको मिल ही जाती है. So yes, we did get these 4 capable mentors who then shortlisted 26 best team out of these 200 odd teams who had applied. These mentors, all of them are co-founders of Cultino, Dr. Rahul Meerchandani, Mr. Jacob Joy, Mr. Laik Ali, and Mr. Amrish Kela. Thank you so much to all 4 of them. And then in first half today, we had our semi-finale wherein 26 teams made their business pitch, and we had our 9 one semi-finale judge we had online, and then there were 8 judges who were here in campus, giving us the 5 teams who made the presentation just now before us. So our semi-finale judges, a super thank you to them if they are listening to me online. I don't have words to express our gratitude to you all. Mr. Rahul Uppal, founder and CEO of Happy Beverages and Food Private Limited. Ms. Minal Patil, founder, Business Multi Mantra. Mr. Sanchet Kamal Mehta, Director and CEO, Actualize Business Solutions. Mr. Pratap Pawar, Founder CEO, Guruji AIR. Mr. Praveen Langote, Co-Founder and CEO, Hyperstore Technologies Private Limited. Dr. Arjun Singh Bajwa, Co-Founder and CTO, KV Call Sciences Private Limited. Ms. Khyati Khandelwal, Co-Founder, Two Wheel IR. Mr. Shailesh Wagmare, Founder JAMS Advisors. Mr. Rohit Lalwani, Strategic Partnership Lead, Quicksand Design Studio, Online Evaluator Servers. And then, of course, how can I not say thank you to these 3 wonderful people? Our chief guest, thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule and be here with us today. Mr. Samir Agashe, co-founder People Blogs and Litmus Blogs, and of course our wonderful 2 finale judges who have given us 3 wonderful deserving winners out of the lot of 5. Mr. Shreyash Hegde, co-founder of Viral Fission, Mr. Shashank Padar, founder and CEO of FundGenie.com. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We truly, sincerely are super thankful to you all. And now the internal team. So, Taira ma'am, you...
One thing which I forgot.
Hanji.
We are in the process of associating with another reality show.
Okay.
Okay, so I think hopefully in another 2 months or so we'll be able to talk about that. So we'll be happy to associate, and then it is equivalent of other reality shows, funding reality shows. We are associating, and that will be starting. The activities will be starting in the next 1 or 2 months.
Great.
We have one OTT as a partner there, and we have RW Promotion, which is another partner. So RW is actually India's top 3 rural marketing company, BTL company, and one OTT is one of the co-founder there is Swapnil Joshi Marathi.
Oh yes, recently posted in here.
Right?
I'm sure some of them would be interested in applying for your show. Thank you so much, sir.
So I'll be actually doing that.
Talia, sir, want to associate with Indira Group of Institutes. ऐसे मिलती opportunities आप लोगों को. Thank you so much, sir. So yes, the event no event is complete, or possible rather. Complete is not the word. Possible rather, without the support of amazing internal team that we have. I would like to request all the faculty in charges and their volunteers, stage committee, decoration, food. Just stand up wherever you are. Stage committee, food, decoration, registration, hall committee, logistics, banners, everybody, just get up at your places. Ask Karita ma'am, Chetan sir. Yeah, okay. Come up for a group picture. Stage is here. Anchors, 2 wonderful anchors for today, 2 of yesterday. Come up for a group picture here. As they walk to the stage, ना थोड़ा music low कीजिएगा क्योंकि कुछ बताना चाहती हूँ. Okay, everybody, please come up on stage. As they walk here, I would like to. हाँ, तुम्हारी अलग से करवाएंगे. Core team and branding committee तुम्हारी अलग से करवाएंगे. You can sit, you can sit, you can stand. Ma'am, sir, will you join them on stage for huge round of applause for them. A big well done, everybody. I request dignitaries to be there because we have a couple of more lots. I wanted to just mention a few things about how dedicated the team is. Day before yesterday, ma'am, it was raining so hard and banners were getting late because the vendor was stuck in traffic. Our faculty who comes from Sat Samundar Par, where is Mangesh Dande sir? Yes. Faculty who comes from Sat Samundar Par, ma'am, he was here till 10 p.m. because he said, "Nahi, मैं खुद लगवा के जाऊँगा, देख के जाऊँगा," so that Today, one of our faculty. Today, one of our faculty, he has. It's his birthday. First half of the day, he spent in resolving their attendance issues, and second half of the day, he spent in managing, discipline in the auditorium. Your birthday boy here, permission sir. Ma'am, when we were finding the hotels to make them stay, the participants who had traveled from across the nation to be here for this business plan competition, make sure the team personally went and checked out the hotels so that we can ensure that their experience doesn't go bad. So that is the kind of team we have at ISBS PGDM and अच्छा लगता है, मजा आता है, शाबाश कहने का मन करता है. Great. And now the branding team, Karuna ma'am and your branding team, are you here in the auditorium? Raise your hand please. Oh बेचारे अपना laptop लेके, I'm sure half of you will be there at ma'am's place. The branding team, क्योंकि क्या होता है हर एक इवेंट Okay, so what happens? Every event has a start and end time. Every task has a start and end time. Yesterday we had wonderful entrepreneurship lecture series. So after the event we told everybody well done. But branding team we said, हाँ ठीक है event हो गया, अब ये काम करो. Judges के speakers के individual folders बनाओ. Put the amazing pictures in that. Ensure that a thank you mail. Yes, Chetan sir, yeah, ये क्यों नहीं हुआ, ये ऐसे हो जाना चाहिए था. So when everybody, हर एक को हम बोलते हैं बहुत अच्छा, branding को हम बोलते हैं हाँ भी ये काम कर दो. Ensure that the thank you mail goes to the speakers today itself. So Karuna ma'am, branding team, I'm sure half of them will not be here because they will be working there, ensuring the event is live, and then pre-branding post-branding event, and during the event branding, they all happen. But whoever is here, come on, join them for a group picture. Branding team. I wish Karuna ma'am would be here, but I'm sure she won't be. Ma'am, the faculty, Harshal sir, join कीजिए इनको. Harshal sir, are you here? ब्रांडिंग टीम कम ऑन फटाफट, ये हमेशा हमारी फोटोज लेते हैं, कोई पिक्चर निकालो यार इनकी. गुड नाइस पिक्चर, या राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज फॉर ब्रांडिंग टीम जिनका दिन रात काम खत्म ही नहीं होता. We are missing the members who are not here, and of course they are super competent faculty in charge. But I'm sure they would be watching us live, right? They would be watching us live. Good job, team branding, as always. Ashal sir, you are included. I don't see you here, so maybe you are not here. Achha, he is here. Great. Good job, as always. Indiapreneur, the auditorium, of course, Gangadhar sir, Maske sir, Anil sir, this IT team, Sachin sir, Chetan Parange sir, Bibish sir, I mean, event on event, आप बार रेज ही करते रहते हो. Round of applause for them, please. The auditorium, the IT team. Now, the Indiapreneur core team, handled by our two super competent faculty in charges, Tausif sir and Sushmita ma'am. What a complicated event to handle. Indiapreneur core team, come on, this is your moment to shine.
Galaxy boy.
Good job, yeah, guys. What an event. तालियां जरूर उठाइए. Come forward, Tausif sir, Sushmita ma'am. What a job, yeah.
Galaxy boy, rocket boy. Galaxy.
आज खुश तो बहुत हो गए तुम. Well done. Ma'am, sir, with each and every event here in auditorium, we always keep looking at you because we really want to make you proud, because we are super aware of the strong legacy that you have created, and we don't want to do anything to, make a dent in that. I really hope the team really did proud. How sweet. Legacy has been created by you people only. That's Tarita ma'am for you all. Thank you so much. With this, we conclude Indiapreneur 12.0. Ruko! Baitu? You know the drill. You don't know the drill. Remain seated until the dignitaries exit the auditorium. Remain seated, everybody. And ISPS, PGD, हम तुमसे दो बातें करनी है, तो रुक जाओ.
करो बंद सर.